You can strap it to your head. You can strap it to your dick. I mean, you can put it wherever you want it.
Wherever it will fit and not cause a ruckus.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a plethora of attachments.
Is it one of those ones that are for like sporting pictures and stuff?
Yeah.
All the GoPros.
Does everything. I take it out on the kayak. I've got a waterproof case for it that you can do whatever you want to with it, really. Bought that from Richard Mallett, as a matter of fact. He loaned it to us when we first started the show, and when Caleb was leaving, he wanted to take it with him, and I said, I'll buy it. So
yeah, it's a good investment.
Really good investment, because without that, I would have zero video. I mean, I guess I could with my phone or whatever, but yeah. So yeah, we are recording. Everything's on. Everything's looking good.
Producer says we're green lighted to go.
Yeah, it's all looking good.
All right.
So what's up, fellas?
God, so much up.
So much is up.
So much is up. What are we doing tonight? A year-end review for 2019.
I think we should look at 2019 and then talk about 2020. Shut the door on 2019. I've shut the door on 2019.
Yeah, we pretty much have to.
Get that mic. We just discussed this, man.
Either I like to lay back like
you can keep
leaning
back, but
Dog
that arm
dog.
moves, man. Move it to you. Just keep it with you right there.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
If you move this way, move it with you. If you move this way, move it with you. Just keep it going, man.
So we'll do like
it's not like the dynamic mics when you're singing and stuff. You just kind of keep it right up in there and sing into it.
Actually, it's not omnidirectional. Kind of got to get.
It kind of is. I mean, you could go on the top, you could go on the side, go on the back. That's what she said.
Oh, God.
Brianna. Let's talk about Brianna. Let's talk about Brianna.
No, I didn't watch that episode yet, so don't spoil it. Don't spoil
it for him. Episode 107, the child support episode.
I was almost in tears after that episode on the child.
Oh, no, you did watch that episode.
Yes.
You didn't watch the one after it, the 108 episode.
That's right. So I need to watch that.
I haven't seen that one either.
Yeah.
Really?
So I don't want
Were
to
you a mea culpa? What is it?
I don't know.
How long is it?
Well, you got to watch it. I mean, it's, I think 108 was an hour, maybe 54
a little bit
minutes.
Longer. The other one was 20 minutes.
Yeah, the other one was like 12 minutes or something.
Yeah,
short.
12. It was short. Good one. To the point.
Yeah.
Perfect ride down Dorchester Road. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people crashed during that episode.
I bet.
Yeah.
No, I watched it on YouTube.
Yeah.
I like watching them.
Yeah, I listened. I used it.
It was convincing even on the visual part.
I convinced myself, to be honest with you.
Well, how did Brianna take you making shit up about her?
Oh, she loved it. I mean, that's been our whole relationship is based on lies. So.
That's too much. Now I definitely have to watch 108.
Yeah. And I mean, hopefully the people that are watching now have listened to or watched 107 and 108 and know what we're even talking about. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That was the first one back after the shoulder surgery.
That's right.
And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What is going on?
It's a great way to start back up.
So you want to do the 2019?
Yeah, let's do a 2019.
Okay. I can remember how it started out with me. It was Route 66 Roulette, and we did the first show in Studio 117 in February.
Right, yeah.
So that's kind of like what was happening. I don't know what was happening.
That was Wednesday night was the roulette.
Right, and we had, at that point in time, we had two mayoral candidates. It was Bill Hearn and Ricky Warren.
You got two different topics going on now.
Well,
three different topics.
This is the month of January. So we got to do it chronologically. So in
the
month of January,
could do it like that.
That's what was happening. And we were planning. We each started the.
Right, Studio 117 was definitely February.
Yeah, that was coming.
I didn't know
February,
when the Route 66
I think we started
was.
The Route 66 Roulette, which never really took off.
Yeah.
Nah, I thought it was a fun idea.
It was a great idea.
It was a great idea. Yeah, just didn't get the publicity or the
didn't get traction and
word of mouth. I mean, I think it was more the musicians than it was homegrown itself or the customers.
I think it was the host.
An easy night. Well, you guys both hosted, right?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, but it was.
A little bit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hosted.
I tried to do some comic relief and some banter and stuff in between things, and he definitely hosted and ran the music and the sound.
I was trying to make it more than just an open mic, you know.
Which it was. It was great. Yeah. People liked it.
I think so. The people that saw it definitely.
Yeah,
thought it was a cool idea and liked it. And got involved.
Noah Grove through that. So, I mean.
Noah's a cool guy. He just played there, didn't he, last weekend?
Yeah,
Yeah, first time last Friday. Yeah, fantastic.
Really
we'll definitely have him back.
Yeah, great job. It's awesome to see him play.
I think it's just the whole concept of you having to play whatever they spin on that wheel.
It's hard. I mean, you know it.
Yeah, well.
You know, play a song by the Beatles. Okay.
Yeah, well.
It's humbling.
Kind of the reason I did it, it was forcing me as a host to, like, if Brian would throw Bob Seger up there or the Grateful Dead, I finally sat down and learned the Grateful Dead song.
Yeah, I mean, that was
right. So
kind of the whole premise of it was supposed to push the artist to kind of learn new things.
A cover, I mean,
it all worked. It was good.
If you didn't know it, no big deal.
Yeah. And we tried to put it out there early enough, a week ahead of time to where the artists had time to kind of learn one of those songs.
We could just get one more musician to buy in to be in there on Wednesday nights or whatever night. I've started a new job, and so I'm my nights are going to be busy.
I'm afraid to ask. You said that was such a...
Yeah, it's like... I took a job that will kind of fit my lifestyle, I'm hoping.
Now I'm really scared. What are you going to be doing?
I'm working at the Kickin' Chicken, delivering chicken on...
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, so next week, and I need the extra money. I'm going to Vegas in February, but I know we're digressing. But so anyway, if we really want to get this roulette thing going again or try it one more time, I'll ask off a particular night. If I start asking off for Wednesday nights or whatever night works best, they'll let me off.
Yeah, I mean, the only nights that are available really are Monday and Wednesday.
Wednesday night's a great night.
All right.
Middle of the week.
Let's
put that down as a...
let's readdress it and then maybe revamp it, retool
it, figure out how to...
Yeah.
Get some of
I
these...
still have the wheel.
Route 66 revamp.
Yeah, revisited.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe we should call it Highway 61.
Route 60.
Yeah, we could do something more low country centric.
Low country, yeah. We'll call it Highway 61.
Right.
61 roulette or something.
Something like that. Make it real
Y'all figure out the name.
Make it real bad.
You know the concept. You spin the wheel. You land on an artist. You got to play a song.
And then we have to make the people that are really uncomfortable going off the charts come in and hang out with us. I can think of about 10.
Yeah.
Call them out. Come on in. You have to sing a Frank Zappa tune.
Yeah. We had some good people come in. I mean, you came in. Of course, Fleming was there. We had Jordan Miller came in one time, I think.
Yes, Jordan was
there. Like you said, Noah came in.
Jordan Miller from...
Dirt Pot.
From the Dirt Pot, right?
Yeah, the Dirt Pot. Yeah, he's actually... man, we are all over the map.
We're all over, but it's okay. We'll really...
But yeah, he's just came in this past week and booked a couple shows with me. So he'll be playing solo up there at Homegrown, first time ever.
That's the way to do it.
So
he's got a great set.
He's got a new solo thing he's trying to get off the ground. So
I saw that.
So that's January.
January. There were high hopes in January. We had 2 weeks.
That went from January to January. Really, well, we did everything in between already.
The
show's over, guys.
Good night.
All right, good night. Yeah.
No,
we have beer to drink tonight.
It was at the end.
That's true.
We have a beer to drink tonight.
Yeah, y'all do y'all's beer. But let's move into the next phase.
Are you ready?
Remember?
We'll hold on.
All right, go ahead.
And then didn't Homegrown expand the live music nights Saturday? We picked up Saturday night.
Yeah, about halfway through the year.
Was that halfway or January?
I instituted Saturdays. No, the Saturdays started off with Studio 117. So we were doing the third Saturday of the month starting last February with Studio 117 shows in the back. And then about halfway through the year, I started adding actual Saturday shows beginning with you, moving to fourth Saturday of the month.
Saturday of the month, right.
Yeah, and now I'm doing everything all Saturdays.
That
a
was
month,
neat
so.
the way you worked the plug-in for yourself there.
Well,
That
hey,
didn't happen in January.
Hey, that did happen, but it wasn't in January.
Yeah, I don't remember when we moved you to the fourth Saturday.
I wish,
but
I shut my phone off because I want to.
Oh, you know what?
I want
You
to
probably
be.
could.
I want to be present.
I could probably look it up.
I don't want to be
So-
drifting out on the social media thing and all that stuff. So I shut my phone off. If Grateful Deb calls me, she's going to get you've reached 843. I81,
August
U812.
24th. Y'all go ahead. Talk amongst yourselves.
I'm looking
Yeah,
at-
so January.
I want to get mad at the camera.
I can't get mad at the camera. Come on.
August 24th. Get mad at the camera for what?
I
Just
don't
being
want to
there.
rage. You know,
July.
So
20th.
January.
liven up the show.
So January was like a fast month, and then February
February,
we did.
we did the Studio 117 for the first time, which was fun.
Right, Mr. Robert Lighthouse
the light-
Yeah, I think
started that off. I
I
think.
think I went to the CVS and bought Amy a pair of bedroom slippers for Valentine's Day. They were real nice, synthetic blend, kind of pink and fuzzy.
Was that
She really liked them
was that for Studio 117 or was that just for Valentine's?
for Valentine's Day.
I can't even remember what I bought there for Valentine's Day.
we just
God damn.
we cannot stay on topic.
No, well,
No, we're in February. No,
January.
We're in February.
Yeah,
January
we've
was
You
already-
went from
January.
the first Studio 117
show in February.
to slippers. I don't know how we.
well Valentine's
Combine
Day.
those two
February's
things.
I
Valentine's
just
Yes.
wanted to
Day.
make sure we
Yeah, we mentioned get the plugs in.
All right.
right.
We love the ladies.
Right. So
I've gone all the way back
Also-
to June, and you were playing Saturdays in June, so I'm not sure when we.
Yeah, when did we switch?
When
this?
we
It was
moved to
Thurs-
Saturdays.
There was always music on Thursday and Friday.
Yep, Thursday was kind of
And then I guess
a mixed match of people from around town, and then Friday was set people.
And you know, the other thing that started in January is we got away from all original sets.
Yeah.
And we started adding some traditional music,
yeah.
things that are, you know, in the free world,
Right.
something like that.
Yeah.
Ixnay on
Prior to 1917.
prior to 19 over 100 years old.
Yeah, they
right?
were old.
Some old Lead Belly stuff and blues tunes that are
Right.
way out of line. So
Right.
are we in February?
Yeah. Got my fuzzy slippers on.
So is that what we're doing? We're going through every month.
Yeah, and
Well,
in
you know, just
February,
like kind of what's going on.
I remember in February,
Excuse me.
Brian starts this shit like he's running for mayor.
Right.
Is that
Right.
that's
Yeah, Brian goes, I think I can run
You think you
mayor.
could.
He said, I'd be the best fucking mayor there ever was. I got the best hair of any bartender. I'm
Was I the first
Yeah,
one, or did
I
you?
got
were.
a shirt. No,
You
he
were
was.
definitely the
Short
first
and I
one.
said-
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
you dovetailed on that real
I
quick.
said, bullshit.
I'm a local guy. I'm gonna run.
I'm running for mayor. And it all got out of hand.
But you actually were on the ballot.
Well, I think the original plan was right. The original plan was
The original plan is
you were going to run, and then you were going to back out and tell everybody to vote for me.
Yeah, well, I wanted to. I had a score to settle with Mayor Johnson that I didn't get to settle because it was, you know, he didn't run. I was hoping he would run so he could be in the debate because anyway, that didn't happen. But I didn't get out of it. You know, everybody thought I was running to get Johnson elected at first. All the Hearn supporters, it was a strange thing. So at the beginning, all the Hearn supporters were like, "Oh, you're gonna make it so Johnson wins." I said, "That's not why I'm running."
Yeah.
And then when they dropped out, they thought I was taking votes away from Ricky, so they were real nice to me then too. And then it kind of went south.
I don't know if it went south. I mean,
Well, no, it didn't really go south.
you caused a bit of a stir with all that.
Yeah, I mean, to not be involved in the town whatsoever, really. I mean, as far as politics and the council or the mayor office or whatever, I thought you did pretty well.
I
I,
thought
mean,
really you
the
did,
the
yeah.
two people that ran away with it obviously have been in town council for, what, decades now, right? I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
They've been involved in the town. So to be an outsider and come in, a musician,
I'm an outsider.
Whatever.
Completely unqualified.
yeah,
Well, that
Yeah.
goes, you know, who knows? I mean,
to come in and get that
Well-
many votes, I mean, you got votes. That's all that matters.
got some
Yeah.
votes. More than one.
You had supporters.
Well, I'm happy that Ricky's trying to buy that land.
Yeah, I saw your post on that today, and I'm not real up to date on what all's going on, but
Yeah, that's
what was it?
that's good. That settles. It's going to, instead of that turning into another development, the town was in a suit with the guy that wanted to build some stuff on there, and he agreed to give them just a little slither so they could extend Maple Street through there.
Okay.
And instead, the town's, to alleviate a lawsuit and all that stuff, the council and the mayor have suggested that they're going to try to buy it for $6.5 million because, see, they have a lot of the hospitality and accommodation tax money
Right.
that they've been sitting on, and I think
We didn't get there yet.
that's a wise investment, though.
I know where that's. I could feel you're hooking into.
No,
You're hooking into
no.
it.
I'll have my list of grievances come December. We're only in.
We're not even in March.
We're not even in March yet.
Right, right.
Didn't also February kick off the redesign downtown?
Redesign downtown.
You know, when they added the outside theater, and weren't they doing all construction in
Well,
February?
no, that was about the time that it was completed. I mean,
It was
No.
complete.
yeah, it had been going on for a year and a half or so
that.
before.
Okay, so it completed.
So it
They didn't
reopened
complete it around.
January, February, right? It reopened.
No, yeah, I think it was like, yeah,
Where's our statistician and fact checker?
yeah, I think it was.
It's probably me, but
I don't
It
know.
was up
we could
till-
just say whatever we want.
It got opened
Let
up.
people fact check
Let-
us.
let people at home
people
fact
come
check,
back and say,
yeah.
"Hey, you guys were wrong on that. It actually started in February."
No, I could look at some of the Bummerville Amphitheater post and you'd see a fence up. That's how you could check it. Because every time before I'd go
And now,
into
you
roulette, I do post.
You did the outside Bummerville Amphitheater stuff
Yeah, I had a.
all along, like Third Thursday
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if I'm jumping ahead, but is that all going to go away now?
Well, that's Bummerville. That's
I mean, we only have an hour. We only have an
oh,
hour.
it was March 2nd.
Right.
That's when it reopened.
I thought it
March.
was something like, okay, so it
So-
reopened.
Yeah,
I got you.
10 months it was under construction, $2.3 million.
You know, I'm still the new kid on the block. I can't remember crap.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, I guess we're into March.
we're into March. Yeah, I mean February was a blur. We played a lot of gigs. And there was tons of music. You got Josh Jarman hosting every open mic this side of Nashville.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think he's.
See, that's the type of stuff that people don't realize. Every day of the week, there's something going on musically, right?
Right, that's what I was thinking earlier when we were talking about redoing the Route 66 thing on Wednesday. That's really the only day. I mean,
That's a great day. Because
you got Cupamana on Tuesdays, right?
Tuesday and
You got
Thursday is
music Thursday, Friday,
Coastal
Saturday,
Coffee.
homegrown. You got Coastal on Thursdays for the
Thursday.
open mic.
Sunday. You have music now at Summer's Corner.
Is that every
Well,
Sunday or
they're
just
gonna
second
be doing
Sunday?
it more, I think. I don't know how much.
But that started last year too. I don't know.
No,
if it
that's
was
been
February.
going on for two years now.
Has it been that long?
Yeah,
So-
Now keep
I
going. Keep
was
going. I'll get you some.
kind of pushing it, not pushing
Our
it,
host
but,
just
but
took off. We're taking
promoting it through
taking over the control room.
promoting it through Bummerville Amphitheater.
Taking over the control room, Fleming.
That's kind of what our mission was to do, is to establish music nights.
Look, Brian turned into a four-legged creature.
Hey there.
Hello, Leia.
But no, Jackie,
Yeah, over.
I was booking it, and I've been trying to,
Leia, get out of here.
I don't know,
Leia, come
I
on.
just continue to book it.
Yeah, it was a lot.
And
of
every
fun,
once in a while she'll have somebody, and I was real shitty at it last year, because I kept losing my phone, man, and my calendar was all screwed
Yeah,
up.
you got to keep on top of that, man. You need to do your
Come on,
Reverb
man.
Nation
Come on.
page and get that going.
I got it. I've got a Reverb Nation page.
Yeah, I know. You've got a bunch
Leia.
of dates in there.
Yeah, but I'm not booking much this year.
You're not. I know.
No, I'm taking a different tack with my music.
So when you talk about February, there was just a ton of stuff going on musically. We'd have to sit here for a while and think about it all, but
Wait, you're talking about February last year?
Yeah, the reoccurring events are just about every day of the week now, except for Wednesday.
Yeah.
Start Highway 61 at Homegrown Brewhouse,
Something.
something like that.
Or 17A. That's the road we're on. Maybe do something with 17A. Highway 61's good too, but 17A is the road that we're on.
All right.
Wicked Weed Wednesday.
Wicked Weed.
No,
You know what we could do? We could get a spot. That's a great idea.
Wicked Weed Wednesday.
Out of something silly, comes something cool. We'll get a different brewery to sponsor each week.
Yeah.
And have their beer. You know, they did that for Mark Yampolsky's band when they played at the backstage there at home.
Gave him a hot dog?
They had a hot dog. They had the 40-mile detour hot dog, and it was
40-mile dog.
Oh my gosh, that thing was good.
Yeah.
And I know that's later in the year, but it's a good dog, man. It had some jalapeno peppers on it and sauerkraut. And it was
shady wiener.
The shady wiener.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew this was going to take a turn eventually.
So maybe we should go away from the month because my brain just can't remember all that shit. I don't remember.
No, I can't keep up with what happened month to month.
I just know like the reoccurring gigs and the
April
open mics and stuff like that. So
the only thing I knew for sure was Studio 117 was February for sure.
And so in March, Danielle Howe played at Studio 117.
Right.
I can remember that.
That was
a good show. And at that point, there was a lot of enthusiasm and high hopes for Studio 117. They knocked the wall after the Robert Lighthouse show.
Right. You guys built the stage.
Well, yeah, we built a stage, and also
but first off, took out an office.
Robert played on the flat ground, on flat cement, and the office was still there.
About 168
Caleb got so
square
excited
feet,
about it. That was the best night Homegrown had ever had, almost, besides like a Flower Town festival.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And Caleb seemed to be excited enough to where he knocked the wall out and opened the space up, and we built a stage, and Danielle came and
strung some new lights.
Yeah, it
was ceiling. Yeah, it's a lot of good stuff.
Got the banners.
Got some new tables, or acquired some from borrowed some for some people, but
and it's a good concept. I think it could still use that room, and
I don't know.
Like when you have bands, like the band. Like when your band was playing with the drums.
We were a little bit loud, I know.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you.
Well, I mean,
you weren't there that night, but we had all the decibel. Grateful Deb was sitting out there going, "My watch is telling me it's 100 decibels." I'm like, "It's a fucking Who concert, man. Don't worry about it." Right. But we caught a little flack for that from getting a little bit overboard. But our new drummer, Dante, is. Classic rock and roll guy, and comes in there, he wants to play. So we're in the front window, and he's amped up, and we're playing, and it was getting louder, and from there it was all right, you guys are going to get warned, red flagged or something like that.
I heard about it for sure.
Everybody heard about it. There were people outside looking in the window. It was kind of cool, probably one or two people came in and had a beer.
Well, you keep bringing up 117, so
yeah, let's go off on.
So what's the deal with Studio 117?
There you go.
I don't know.
We did our last show in December with 40-mile detour. So what's the future of Studio 117?
It's up to Homegrown. That's their thing. Bummerville Amphitheater is dead. Bummerville's died in 1919. There's no use for it.
2019.
2019.
It
died in 1919.
I was like, that's spooky, man. That's
like
a fucking Stephen King novel.
Yeah.
Oh man, this has got to go.
It was born.
We just made it. It's rated R now. I just dropped
seriously.
The first
started
F-bomb of the day.
In the era of Prohibition. My grandfather used to play behind Garrett's in 1919, and I was hoping that it'd get. Maybe it was the name people didn't like or something, but it just. I think it served its purpose.
It did.
There's towns. There's more music than there was. I just can't. I don't have the energy to do it anymore, and
So it's defunct already. I mean, it's gone out of there, or it's still got.
It's we're in a
chapter 11.
You know how they took Walt Disney and froze him?
Yeah. Supposedly,
yeah. Okay, so right now it's frozen.
There's the Disney reference.
And I'm going to try to reanimate it in a different kind of environment, which, see, it's because I don't want to be a grieving motherfucker, but damn it. All right, I put in for a small grant.
Right.
$1,200. Now, it'd be one thing if I didn't get the grant. I could live with that. And I'm not even going to be jealous about the $130,000 they just threw into the rinky-dink skating rink. Okay, the hatch tax money.
That's got to be the smallest skating rink I've ever
like
seen.
Something,
ice skating rink.
Have you ever seen the show Trailer Park Boys on Netflix?
It's a good one.
Okay, it looks like something they would have done in the trailer park.
Right. I mean, it's about the size of this room, really.
Right, $130,000. I asked for $1,200 to put on blues versus reggae barbecue on the square with 2 world-class bands. And they award me.
That was November.
Not zero.
We've moved up to November now.
No, but we got it up, but $183. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
You know, if they, I brought them in more than $183 in hat taxes last year. I had people staying in hotels overnight to see Robert Lighthouse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had people staying
and that was
from Florence, staying in Somerville to see
a couple
Danielle
times.
Howe.
Yeah, a couple times for both of those. Yeah.
And then but to put that in the paper, it was embarrassing. I mean, such and such, they listed all the money, like Public Works getting like tens of thousands of dollars. Bummerville Amphitheater at the bottom of the list.
Got to start somewhere, man.
183, man. So anyway, I'm going into the house concert business, and Robert Lighthouse will be playing at my house on February 15th, 2020.
February 15th.
Yeah,
that's right around the corner.
So it's
I think
it'll
just
be a BYOB event, and that's when we're gonna put the electrodes on Bummerville Amphitheater and see if we can bring it back to life.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm not going to bring any more hat tax money into town. If they disrespect me like that, I'll just go around their hat tax. It'll be BYOB. Get to see a good band, drink alcohol for cheaper.
Yeah, it does take away from the local venues and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Well,
it's an interesting concept. You know, there's a commercial on Bluesville, XM Radio, and it's B.B. King saying when he got his start, they would call somebody up or give somebody a shout out and say, hey, we want to have a party at your house. They would clear all the furniture out of the living room and make it a dance floor. The kitchen would start cooking, and they'd have a tip jar out for the band, and whatever was done at the end of the night, that's what the band got.
Well, that's kind of what my concept's going to be, and I'm just do it.
You're just rehashing the old blues.
This can be an outdoor thing, right?
Outdoor
in the backyard.
thing with a tent and propane heater. It's all like all and all green in my backyard. But
till the cops come.
No, the magistrate lives next door to me. The town magistrate. So, and I can have music till 10 o'clock. The people on Sumter Avenue blast out with their beach bands a couple times a year. But the cool thing that Studio 117 having the listening room is I'm meeting some musicians from different parts of the country. You know, we had Jill Knight, Sarah Summer. Who else? David Dunning's not from very far away.
No, he's from here locally. Robert Lighthouse. Big Stoner Creek. George Fox, was that his name?
Yeah, he was with
Big Stoner Creek.
Yeah, and
there was one that I didn't get to go see, and I can't remember who the hell it was now. I might be able to look it up. It was, y'all go ahead and keep talking.
Well, it's an interesting concept, if nothing else.
We had Mike Friend Band. Of course, Blue Spear. We can talk about those guys.
Oh, yeah, that's where Blue Spear came in April, right?
Michael Davis. That's the guy I didn't get to go see.
Mike Davis.
Yeah.
From Ye Old.
Yeah, his band was really good, man.
They're awesome.
Yeah, I heard it was a great show, but I didn't get to make that one for whatever reason. But
can't hit them all.
Yeah.
So there was some really
It would just be nice.
Good music down there this year. It's just
and I mean the space is still there, so we're going to do something with it. But we don't even know the fate of Homegrown Brewhouse at this point, really. I think Caleb has put it up for sale, and there's been a couple of people that have made some bids on it. So I don't even know the future of what's going on there.
Another good reason not to do anything else.
Right. And it's how many years? 6 years there, right?
This March 30th will be 7 years. Yeah, so
7 years
coming up on 7. Yeah.
Wow.
So is it true they're gonna turn it into a Chuck E. Cheese?
I wish it'd go back to a pool hall like it was. That would be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
A craft beer pool hall. But yeah, so who knows the future of that place. But if they keep me around, I'm definitely going to keep music around. So we'll see. But it's still going to serve beer. It's still going to serve food. Just don't know what capacity or how much or what the hours are going to be or if we're going to brew beer, what's going to go on. But
there's
still going to be a venue
where it goes up and down. The music comes and the music goes. And
I'm talking about Wicked Weed Wednesday.
Wicked Weed Wednesday.
And Shady's Rest.
Shady's Rest.
So
is that when your shows are going to be on Wednesdays?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we just opened a beer. Let's do this real quick.
Let's take a beer break.
Let's take a beer break. So Paul brought this.
You didn't even mention this is Craft Conversations.
It is Craft Conversations. I'll put an intro at the beginning of this one. So I should probably put my glasses on, but I'm not going to. Let's see if I can just read this. This is from Freehouse Brewing Company down there in North Charleston. It's just called Bourbon Barrel Aged Stout. It's a limited release, 10% ABV. Paul brought it. He was down there at the brewery. This is actually a version of Hoodoo Imperial Stout. Local brewing and distilling meet in this dark treat. With our organic Hoodoo Imperial Stout aged for 1 year in a single 30-gallon Charleston distilling bourbon barrel, bottle conditioned and cellared for 1 year or 1 more year to harmonize the luxurious flavors of chocolate, soft vanilla, and oak tannins. A strong, smooth, purely low-country whiskey stout. So that's what we're drinking.
Fantastic.
So it's basically a Hoodoo Stout.
Hoodoo Stout,
barrel aged.
Cheers.
So Fleming does not drink. You want to tell us why you don't drink?
Cheers.
Because I'm allergic to it.
There you go.
That's what I thought.
I break out into jails and hospitals, spots.
Yeah, that's as good as the last batch.
Yeah. Hoodoo's good, man.
Break out in the handcuffs.
It's been a while since I've had one of these. I appreciate you bringing it.
Yeah, man. Well, we appreciate what you do here at Craft Conversation Studio.
What does he do?
He talks about
I don't do anything.
Conversations.
I spend a lot of time working on shit that nobody listens to.
Well, you have I see the number goes up a little bit each time.
Yeah, you got over 100 subscribers.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I'm almost up to 300 people on Instagram. So
hey, before I forget,
I'm getting there.
Dude, that's the way to do it, though. Mm-hmm. Those are real listeners. This bullshit about, hey, invite your friends to like.
Oh yeah,
shit.
A lot of people are bots and just fake listeners and shit like that. Yeah, I think everybody that's involved.
I'd rather have that. Like my I don't have any Mojave Joe Hobby followers on my music.
Well, some of them might be real.
No,
you never know. Anyway,
no, some of them aren't.
But I feel
like mine are all. Yeah. I've earned every single one of them. I've fought for them. I've gone out there and gained them, and
that's the way to do it.
Yeah, that's the way to go about it.
And some people leave, but
some leave. Yeah, they do. I had one follower leave last week from Twitter, and I was like, well, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, a lot of them play these games that if I follow you and you don't follow me, I'm going to unfollow you. I'm like, why'd you follow me in the first place? Just to get my follow? I mean, that's bullshit.
That's a whole other.
That's a whole other level of Instagram.
But let me give a quick shout out to Cam, Logan, and Colin down at Freehouse Brewery. They real nice today when I came down to pick up the beer for tonight.
Awesome.
Let's guys were really good. They knew. Yeah, give them a shout out.
Is that the one off of Dorchester?
It's behind the jail.
Yeah, I mean, it's off of Dorchester. Yeah, you go down the International.
Azalea Road, is that what it is?
I'm not even sure the exact road.
It's really cool location, right on the Ashley River.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. They used to have an open mic there with...
Kid Logan. Kid Aggie.
Yeah, Logan.
Logan.
Yeah.
I think it was a different.
Yeah, haven't been there in a little while, but
used to work
it's just weird hours. But
fun place.
Yeah,
really good. Beer's great. Nice people, good setting.
Yeah.
So here's to the Freehouse Brewery Brew.
Freehouse. Hoodoo,
the Hoodoo Man. So yeah, the whole follower thing, and it's a tough biz, you know, when you talk about what Homegrown's doing and how they opened up to the music, you know. It's not easy, you know. We draw people in, the bands draw people in, but it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
So, you know, how many people were there because of the band? Hard to tell.
Well, you could look at the receipts and probably tell that
a
there
little
might
bit.
be a difference. So, before they turn into a Chuck E. Cheese,
Right.
let's follow up on the Highway 61, whatever you want to call it, the Wednesday thing, and compare the receipts on Wednesdays in February to January. We'll start it in February. I would think that Homegrown's going to stay homegrown at least till the
St. Patrick's Day. They're definitely going to not go before St. Patrick's Day.
Azalea Festival.
When's that?
First weekend in April.
Okay.
You get St. Patrick's Day, and that's when I would pull the plug on it. I mean, because if he gets out of it, he's just getting out of the lease, you know.
Yeah.
And whoever takes it over is probably going to shut it down, knock the walls out, and
build a Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you got
put sprinkler
bacteria
system in there, pack it full of people.
and-
It's a big space.
Yeah, it's a big space.
It's a
Well,
big
maybe a CC's Pizza. That would look great right in that spot, wouldn't it? Nice CC's
There's
Pizza.
only like one left in the entire nation, right? And it's on Trolley
Dorchester
Road. I think.
yeah.
Trolley Road.
Is it Trolley Road?
Yeah.
Trolley Road, right
CC's
over
Pizza.
by
Yeah, that's the only one I've ever seen, I think, in forever.
not Public. Yeah, Public.
Yeah, but in the Publix area over there. Yeah. So yeah, who knows? I don't know what the fate of Homegrown is. I would hope it still just stays homegrown.
I've heard anybody say that. So this might be the news release on that.
Could be, yeah.
You might
Well,
have-
no, it definitely is. It might be more news than anybody wants to release, really.
Well, I didn't say anything.
I didn't either.
No, I don't give a shit. I mean, if you didn't want me to say anything about it, don't tell me about
Don't
it.
tell me. Right? No, you know, I mean, hey,
Don't put me in a loop if you don't want it out there. I'm a
this is
fucking
sticker I
podcast.
hadn't even seen. Let Shady be Shady. Fleming from May 19. Look at that sticker, man. That's pretty cool.
Chris up at Homegrown, the chef, made that sticker, as a matter of fact.
I never saw that.
You never saw that sticker?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
That's
He
pretty
made that
neat.
sticker for me. Let Shady be Shady.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So I think we flew off the month-to-month thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're
well,
way
yeah,
off
it was
topic,
all
way off topic,
blur.
but-
It was a blur, like March, April, May, June. It's summertime.
Yeah, I really didn't have any notes for tonight, really. I had a...
I think we both sent you a text, but...
Yeah, I mean, we already talked about the mayor thing a little bit, so...
The rinky-dink skating rink. I
Skating
got
rink.
that off my chest, right?
Yeah, the rinky-dink skating rink.
Trailer park boys. Come on, Somerville. Why do you always settle
Why
for
do you
mediocrity, man? And that's not even mediocrity. That's like podunk.
So what would you think would
What
be
was the
good-
success rate of it, though? I mean, did
I mean,
people enjoy it? I mean,
I think
Well,
people
that-
enjoyed it. There were people there skating, but it wasn't...
well, people enjoy watching the train go by
Well,
too.
that's
And
Nothing wrong with that.
I mean, so they enjoyed it. So was it worth 130 grand? That's the
Hell no.
question.
Hell no.
No. Okay.
Not
So
even
that's I don't. I could have gone out there
What
on
happens-
the
what happens-
well, I mean, we don't know. I
What
mean, what's
happens with
the
that
what's the bottom
what
line
the
on it? I
economic
mean,
impact on it. We'll never know. It's
Zero.
bullshit. It's what it is, and that's.
none of it's bullshit. I
Well,
think
so,
it was a
you
great
know,
idea to
it
try and
wasn't-
bring
it was-
that
I
to
thought it was a bigger
Somerville.
place. I thought it was a bigger thing.
Right.
No, I mean, I think it's a fantastic idea to bring that to our small town of Somerville with no winter whatsoever
Right.
to speak of. But
Right.
yes, it needs to be on a little bit bigger scale. But if there hadn't been one here at all ever, then that's probably a big scale for most people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in reality, if people have never seen a skating rink, ice skating rink before,
Yeah,
that's
that's
probably
a big deal.
Probably a big deal.
Real big deal.
Yeah, but if you've been to a real rink before,
Nah,
Played
that
ice
was like,
hockey.
going to an 18-hole golf course and then going
right? It's like a
going
par
to
three.
a putt putter.
Yeah,
Not even
putt-putt,
a par
yeah.
three.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was definitely small.
I'll give you hands down. It was a good idea. Okay.
Yeah.
But the timing was wrong on it. You know.
Well, the timing was good. It was winter, but.
No, I'm talking about they threw it together so quickly that it was.
I couldn't
the
believe
lighting
they built
on
it
it
that
was
quick.
I think
it
was.
I didn't even know it was there. I just happened to find out. I'm like,
if they would have
whoa! I
planned
thought
it,
that was
they
just a
could've-
discussion.
They could have put it.
Did they have like a Zamboni to put the ice down? What did they have?
No.
The time I rode by it, there was chunked up ice. I mean, this thick on it. It was not smooth at all. It was like
No, it was rough.
It was
That's
like
what
riding
my
through the
daughter
dirt or something.
Told me that it was, she used to ice skate. I mean, she took my niece there and had a good time.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's worth $130,000, and it's.
So it was just blocks of ice.
I guess I don't know, and if it rained, it would melt.
Yeah, I don't even know how they kept it.
We're all doomed.
I don't think.
Oh my
I don't even know how they kept
all my
it.
gigs and
If
stuff
it
were
frozen.
If
canceled.
it weren't an election year, I don't think it ever would have gone through council. They just didn't want to deal with it.
But
Well,
the new
hopefully
space-
it grows. Hopefully it's a little bit
Hope-
better next year.
Yeah.
Maybe they move
Maybe they-
locations.
We can make it better if you just give us $250,000.
Yeah, well that's the thing. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe the amount of money they
You
raised
don't want to go
and got
down.
allocated. That's all they could do with it.
Yeah.
They were bound by the constraints of the money.
Well, you're never going to get that money back. But they said they were going to get it back.
How?
That's what the way they said no that they would get most of it. Maybe they got a bunch of sponsorships. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd like to see the bottom line on it, but I think it's a good idea, but I think it's a waste of money.
Yeah, I mean
Wasn't
maybe the
ex-
summer they
wasn't
turn it into
executed.
roller derby or something to make money off of that. Maybe
No, it's just going to sit like that.
it's going to be nothing for the whole season, the rest of the season.
Yeah, just a mud pile. I don't know.
Is it still open now, or was it
Yeah,
just a
well,
seasonal
it was
thing?
open last week.
Was
it?
Yeah, man. It's
There were
like
people skating.
yeah, it
last
was, but
week
it's
there.
not open now.
Oh, it's not. Oh,
Yeah,
It's
it's
like-
80
That's the
degrees today, or yesterday today.
It's like Frosty the Snowman.
Yeah.
Well, see, they did it in Charleston at Francis Marion.
I remember.
That
Well, I mean that's my thing. Is you got the ice rink right there in North Charleston. What
right.
do
So
we
they
need?
did it in Charleston, and it didn't work out in Charleston.
I'm talking about the practice rink for the Stingrays. but-
Right. But I'm talking. They put
Ice
one
palace.
an ice
Francis
skate
Marion.
at the Francis Marion Park downtown on the square across downtown King Calhoun Street.
Right.
They had one, and they did it, ran into problems, and so this has been tried before.
So what was different? That's what you're saying.
It was.
Same thing.
I think what Somerville does is Greenville's doing this. We need to do this. You don't really have original thoughts.
Well, I mean, are there any original thoughts out there nowadays? I
Oh,
mean,
absolutely.
Everything's been done.
Wicked Weed Wednesday
At Homegrown Brew House.
at Homegrown Brew
What's
House.
the number address? It's
117.
117 South Main Street.
Wicked
South
Weed
Main Street.
Wednesday.
117
With
South
your
Main Street.
host, Bob Marley.
I think he's dead.
We froze him. We're bringing him back.
Bringing them
alive.
back.
Bringing him back.
Him and Walt Disney.
Even Disney coming
In
back.
Bummerville Amphitheater.
No, we might leave that one alone.
What'd you think?
Oh, I think it's fantastic. You can't lose with Hoodoo. Hoodoo, from Freehouse. I like Collision Stout from Holy City Brewing is another good stout out there that comes out annually. The Necromancer from Frothy Beard. If you haven't had that one,
I
that's
did.
a really
That
good.
was great.
It's a barrel aged porter actually. It's not a stout.
Right.
And who else does a good? Oh, Fam's Brewing Company does a great stout that they've done 3 years in a row now. Ocean's Divide. I think you had it.
It was great. Yep.
At,
With,
Homegrown
Kim
the other
on
night.
Homegrown. Yep.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So there's some really good
117
stouts out
South
there.
Main Street.
117 South Main Street. Do you know that the delineation for south and north right there is at the railroad tracks? Did you know that?
Yes.
That I did not know.
Yeah, because I had the guy from Groucho's
Makes
Deli.
sense.
He does the trivia down there, Justin.
He's one.
They're at 118 North
Old
Main Street.
Yeah.
And it's like
Right over the
a
railroad
block
tracks.
a block away from us. I'm like, how are you at 118 and you're north and we're 117 and south and the railroad tracks?
Yeah,
is the,
absolutely. It's in the
north and
quadrants.
south.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got East 3rd North Street. You got East 3rd West North Street. You got East 5th North Street. West.
It's unreal.
I used to serve
steaks.
papers all over summer.
I mean, I don't understand why you even need a north and a south Main Street. Why not just
well,
have...
that's because you got
just
back
Main-
in the day,
it's just
we
Main
had to
Street.
keep those people on that side of the track.
No,
You just
that's-
can't have them wandering over on the east side. Now, come
Or
on.
the north and
true.
the south side and all that stuff.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a lot of that going
Gotta
on.
have tribes.
Yeah,
It's all about
absolutely.
Yeah, that's something.
My mother grew up on the. I don't want to tell people this, but it's true. She grew up on the north side of the tracks,
That's everywhere.
and she spent her whole life
That's
trying to get on the other side of the tracks.
The south side?
Yeah.
So the south was considered better than the north?
Yeah, and that was
Why is it
back when
always
she
a
was in high school. That was a status symbol
Yeah, to live on the south side.
on the right side of
Yeah.
the wrong side of the
It
tracks.
was just like that when we grew up
Yeah.
in New York.
Yeah.
The north side of the tracks were kind of sketch, and the south side
Yeah,
of the tracks
so
was like
it's-
high cotton.
So the tracks have been
The tracks were
the
always
deciding factor for a long
delineation
time.
between the
Yeah, that's how they
have
planned
nots.
the town, and we could go into
North, south, east, west. It doesn't
How,
matter. There's got to be a song in that somewhere. I live on the north side of the tracks. What the hell are you missing?
Yeah, there's got to be songs. I mean, I grew up in North Charleston. I don't remember a north and a south side.
But there's
or
no
a
south.
other side of the tracks or any of that kind of stuff.
There's no South Charleston, all right.
North
Not that I'm aware
Charleston.
of. I mean, there's Charleston and then North
North
Charleston. So
Charleston,
maybe Charleston is
Yeah.
the south. Maybe I don't know.
Then the south of
I
Broad.
mean, it's really the east, but
Charleston, it's south of Broad, you're okay. North of Broad, everything after that, you're trash, man.
Yeah.
trouble, right?
and that's same way with King
But
Street,
then-
right? It used to be Upper King. Well, I guess it's Upper and Lower King, but not North and South. But same difference. Yeah.
Huh.
Everybody's got to be separated. Man.
Some
It's
kind of
always got to
separated.
be some kind of
Label.
It's a river. It's mountains. It's train tracks.
right.
It's
It's North
Highway
and South.
61.
It's Democrat, Republican.
It's
It's
Democrat,
male,
Republican,
female.
black,
It's black,
white.
white.
What the hell?
There's always
There's got to be.
a
Do you
yin and
feel
yang of
outnumbered?
everything. What's that?
Do you feel outnumbered?
Well, it's like.
Do I feel outnumbered?
Yeah, you got two black mics against one white one.
Oh yeah, look at
That's
that.
true.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Don't stir stuff up now.
It's called diversity.
It's diversity, right?
Trying to be unique over there, huh?
Yeah. I was trying to be unique. Yeah, that's why I got white
It's like
headphones.
you
I got a
need-
white mic
you know-
because every podcast you see,
There's-
everybody has black mics and black and black headphones. So
So
I told Caleb I want white
you want to
headphones
be
and a
the
white mic.
Pat Boone of podcast.
I wanted something different. And I got it.
We get your white cowboy hat too.
Yeah. I'm not Imus. Come on.
Oh, he's the best.
We froze
Yeah.
him too.
No, he's still,
He's
he's still hanging out in Oklahoma.
Imus
man.
is dead, man.
No, he's
Imus
not.
is not dead.
Yeah, Imus is dead.
Come
dude.
on, man. Let me look that up.
Imus in the morning.
Imus.
Imus is dead.
Imus, we're not.
He still has.
I'm sorry to
Imus
his
is not
family.
dead.
What was his kid's name? It was like
Imus.
like
Imus dead.
Wyatt.
Is he?
Wyatt
a
Imus
minute,
is
hold
his
on.
son.
No,
He's
he's
got
not.
another son, and Deidre, his wife. My condolences.
December
to-
27th.
What year?
This year. 2019.
How did we
2 days
jump to
after
December
Christmas.
that quick? No.
Holy crap. I
Really?
did not know
I did
Imus
not
was
know
dead.
that.
Shit. All right, well, here's to Imus.
Here's to Imus, man. Imus in the
Imus in the
morning.
morning. Him and Howard. He and Howard.
Yeah.
Big rivals for
Baba Boo.
decades.
Baba Booey.
Baba Boo.
Now it's an official podcast.
Imus. Wow. December
That's
27th, 2019.
You lost a lot of good folks last year.
Yeah, I tried to look up some of that actually because I said, okay, we're going to do a year in review of 2019. I got musicians on the show. Let's look up musicians that died. And the only one I came up with was Eddie Money
Yep.
this year. I mean, you know,
2
big
tickets
name.
to Paradise.
Yeah, 2 Tickets to Paradise.
So
Shaken.
yeah.
Shaken.
Shaken. He was from New Jersey, right?
I don't know.
I think he was
New
from
York.
Boston. wasn't he?
Was it?
Eddie Money. Let's look it up.
Eddie Money.
Y'all talk amongst yourselves.
We're all over the place.
Yeah.
Shake.
The 2019 was all over the place, right?
It really was.
Eddie Money. Where's the Wikipedia?
And we had a lot of firsts too in 2019. When you think about it, I know I'm jumping all the way into.
What was the
latter.
first?
Here's a first for 2019. We had our first festival up at Edisto, the Edisto Blackwater Boogie.
That's true. That was in October.
That was in October of 2019. Had a bunch of great musicians up there. 2-day event. Never even knew that park was there. Outdoors. If you talk to some people, it wasn't a success. It didn't raise a lot of money, but it was a sponsored, part of the money came in through funding. But it turned out they donated, I think it was about $5,000 to the parks back from that.
Yeah, something like that. I remember seeing the post with Dan,
Dan.
giving them a check or whatever.
And so that was really, first time successful event. There was 3 different stages. They had solo musicians, duos, trios, and then they had full bands up at the backstage and some good headlining acts from out of town. But I think that was pretty successful for a first go.
Yeah, and they're doing a second one. They've already got
I
it
heard
promoted.
they are. Yeah, so
they're already promoting it a year out. So
yeah, it was really pretty well done.
Should be good. Maybe I'll jump into that this year. See if I can help them.
Camp out there. Next year we're going to camp there for sure. Had some folks helping out from Wine and Tapas.
Yeah.
Montana from Wine and Tapas was in the green room with a bunch of volunteers giving out food and keeping us hydrated. So that was kind of a neat thing. And, raise some awareness about a park that not a lot of people knew about.
What kind of food? Like burgers and devil's lettuce and stuff and tomatoes and...
yeah, all that good stuff.
Yeah. The green room.
It was the green room.
And Brooklyn, New York, as a matter of fact.
Is that where Eddie Money was from?
Money.
I thought it was from New Jersey, Brooklyn, New York. Forgive me, guys, in Jersey and Brooklyn. And then there was a lot of fundraisers last year where they had live music. One of them that was really pretty big, I think it was the third year, was the Teal Diva 5K.
Yep.
And that was in Somerville at the Woodlands. So that was a really cool venue up on Highway 61.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and they had they raised, I think it was around $50,000 for ovarian cancer awareness. So live music drives a lot of the things that go on, and I think Fleming, don't give up too quick on your hosting and all the work that you do with that stuff around here.
I don't know. I was at it 6 long years.
Yeah, I know.
I need a sabbatical.
The first time I met you were playing Wagon Wheel over in Coastal Coffee. I said,
well,
this guy.
It was 6 years ago. I walked behind Garen's. There was no music. They had somebody would be playing on the square in front of Accent and Wine, and it would always be either a beach band or country band, and to be honest, there's a lot of people that just don't like, Bummerville Amphitheater catered to a different kind of clientele than Accent on Wine does, and those people, it was like the misfits could come behind Garen's and hang out and have music and come out on a third Thursday.
Right.
And then it, but now there's music all over. So,
all over.
But I just, I can't. I'm working now. Big kicking chicken job.
Hey man,
I can't get off for third Thursday. That's my biggest delivery night. No.
Well, so 2 things on that. So this Thursday is third Thursday. So there'll be no Bummerville Amphitheater going on this third Thursday.
People probably won't even notice it's not even there.
Well, and that's the second part of my statement is that thing was tucked around the corner. All the action is right there on Little Main, in front of Accent, as you mentioned. That part of the street, nobody comes around the corner there. So
they're going to Public Works now, so now there's no... See, what it would do is it would draw people down. The idea was to draw people off the square down to Short Central.
Yeah.
And Bummerville Amphitheater, the sound travels down Short Central.
Sure, directionally.
And so they would put they started putting like another music person down the end of Short Central. And we were kind of coordinating pretty well, and it was going good, so that people could walk and see a musician in different spots. And now there's musicians from Public Works to and it's like,
yeah.
So even though I've had some really good bands there, see, the one thing Bummerville Amphitheater offers that you won't get with other non-profits in town, we're attracting people from Sweden, California, you know,
Well, not anymore.
Renowned artist.
Until they zap them again.
Not anymore.
Wanda Johnson, my God, Ross Bongi.
Yeah.
So do you think you have to leave town to get notoriety?
I think you just, Somerville's always kind of been, very conservative and not very avant-garde, and you can't keep trying to put a square peg into a round hole, But it's kind of the reverse of that.
Yeah, maybe you were just a little bit ahead of your time, man. Maybe the time's now. Yeah, maybe the time is to revamp, revamp, and
maybe get a name.
You got the what the fuck is it called?
Public Works.
Yeah, Art Center, whatever the fuck it is.
Right.
They're still voting for yes on libraries. They're trying to keep all these artistic and things viable. So maybe the time is now to.
So you think Somerville is ready for some naked-breasted artwork to be painted and hung in the...
Well, that goes
I think at least 50% of us are, yeah.
You think it's 50%?
It's always 50-50, man. Everything is 50-50.
You aren't going to see any fertility gods in the Somerville Museum.
Well...
Or goddesses. Absolutely no.
We're going to paint one on the back of Homegrown Brewhouse.
Public Works building.
There you go.
What's that now?
There's a ban on bare-breasted artwork.
Well, they're trying to bring back breastfeeding and all this stuff in public, and hopefully, nakedness in general, not just breast, will come back.
It'll be the 60s all over again.
Yeah.
So what
does Brianna think about all this?
Would she be I didn't watch episode 108 yet. Don't blow it.
Part of my artistic endeavors in 2020 is going to be the visual arts. I wrote a screenplay. Did I tell you guys that?
No.
I wrote a screenplay.
This is a self-promotion.
But I think I might start doing some visual art, and was hoping that Brianna might model for me.
Oh man.
Yeah, I sure should be down for it. She's kind of slutty like that.
Cool.
Perfect.
Yeah. Speaking of, what are you doing? You're going out to, not speaking of any of that stuff that we were just speaking of, taking a different direction. So what are you doing in Vegas? You're going out to Vegas in February?
Going to Vegas February 5th to the 12th for a week to scout some locations for a film that I wrote the screenplay for.
So this is your thing?
Yeah, but I'm trying to attract a director to take it because I think it's good. What it is I have access to a friend of mine who was Special Forces. He helped take Pablo Escobar down. He trained the team for that. When they kind of back then, nobody even knew he was in country, but the Americans don't actually do that work when they're in a country like that. But he spent time in Afghanistan, so he's like one of these 0.1% people who are like in the elite. I guess you would call them warriors, actually hand-to-hand combat, special force SEALs type. And anyway, we've reunited after like 30 years, and he's been interested in film, and I'm interested in film, and he's given me a insight to some of the actually making himself vulnerable and opening up about some of the struggles that he's having with what he's been through. And I think it's kind of been lethargic for him, but it also is something people would want to see.
So I'm moving.
So you're going out, so you're scouting locations.
I've written the script. The dialogue probably needs some development, but it's basically I got the framework for him to.
So location, why Vegas? Why not?
Why? Because it's wide open. The story involves a Jewish.
Like some flat land, some desert.
It's got a desert, so we have this. It's based on the. I don't want to give up too much about it, but it's something to do with the scapegoat in Jewish tradition and the Jewish demon Azazel. We're tying that into the soldier story, and anyway, Vegas is, it's not far from Area 51 where they train.
Yeah.
The terrain looks a lot like Afghanistan. It's a desert location, and it's close to Vegas.
Close to Vegas.
All right.
Easy to get to.
Yeah.
From anywhere in the country.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You can get like.
And yeah,
cheap flights.
I'm thinking about coming out with you.
You should.
I'm thinking about.
I mean, because what I'm going to do, I've taught the director that I was shot in the last thing I was in. I pitched it to him, and he seemed intrigued about it just from the aspect of the special forces person, and actually, so anyway, he wants to do a reshoot, and I might be doing some music for his film, and anyway, he said he's going to be in, he goes, damn, I'm going to be in Vegas in May, so when I get back in February, and I get back with Trevor, the director, I'll have a storyboard in a digital form for him to see some of the locations, and then
So he's not going with you. You're going to go out there and just film some stuff.
When he goes out there in May, I'm going to try. I mean, he's already told me he helped me figure out the budget on it. To get the good cameras to do what it. But he knows crews and stuff, and he's a director. I'd gladly hand it over to him if he was interested in it, And but anyway, when he's out there in May, I think if he met Mark face to face,
that's your friend.
Yeah, he would say, "Damn, I want to do this," because he's finishing up film school. He's got the talent, and he's looking for his next thing. And this is going to be kind of like a psychological thriller too. So he's kind of intrigued with the idea.
Yeah. Cool.
So that's kind of what I'm going to be focusing my attention towards.
Music's going to be on the back burner.
Well, no.
It's going to be integrated with it.
Yeah, it integrates. Music goes right along with it. See,
okay.
I've already written one song for it. That song we did at Corner House.
Yeah.
And I've got, yeah.
That was good.
So that, something about that, along those lines. So.
Were you there this weekend?
Yeah, Sunday I stopped by because Fleming. I didn't play. I
did.
Well, I sat in with you and Tanner.
Okay.
Well, you played then, right?
I guess I played.
I mean,
yeah.
I left after the first set.
There wasn't a spotlight on Paul, but he played.
No,
Yeah.
I sat in.
Man,
yeah,
humbly in the background.
Yeah,
should have stayed for a little while.
It was fun. Nice. I didn't know you.
I think the rain
outside.
kept people away, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little.
I'm gonna have to
nasty
have though.
right
Like the menu was really dynamite there. I don't know.
Yeah, it's very good.
Really good. So I'm playing there on the 9th of February, 2020, Sunday.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Too.
No, I won't be there. I'll be in Vegas.
You'll be in Vegas.
Ooh,
but
man,
I will.
It's a tough choice.
Yeah.
I would definitely say to come. Brunch at live music, Somerville, 2 hours in the afternoon. I would cancel Vegas until March and just hang out.
No.
I'll let you sit in on a few songs too. You can play harp. It'd be awesome.
Yeah,
but
you go to Vegas, you can go to a real skating rink at the Venetian or the fourth floor of the Cosmopolitan. Yeah.
So what I was going to ask, I'll talk to Jackie when I play. I'm going to ask if they'll do bagels and lox that weekend. That would be so good.
Bagel and lox.
Yeah. See, you didn't even see that on the menu. The menu was big.
Yeah, that's a coastal menu. Bagels and lox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cream cheese.
So why?
A little bit.
Why do you want bagels and lox?
That's just like a New York thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you can't. I mean, it's hard to get good bagels and lox. So I saw it on the menu. I was like, man, that's
how is it hard to get good bagels and lox?
It's hard to get good bagels outside of New York.
Really?
Real hard.
How hard is it to make a fucking
It's pretty damn hard, man. You need the right water, and you need to know what you're doing, and you got to boil the shit before you put it in the oven.
I don't think I've ever had a bagel that tasted any different than any other bagel. Maybe I haven't been to New York.
New York.
Yeah, I need
Have
to
you
go
ever
to
been
New
to New York?
Yeah, I know that.
Well, I've been to Buffalo one time, but I didn't have a bagel.
Listen, nothing against my Buffalo
No,
friends,
but
Buffalo's not New York.
Midtown Manhattan. No, Buffalo's got great Italian food. But Midtown
they had a good brewery. This brewery.
But in New York, man, the hydrogen, when you put it together with
Big
two
ditch.
oxygen.
Right there.
Two hydrogens with
ditch.
oxygen, man, the water just is like unbelievable. And it makes bagels like
the
you can't anywhere
H2O. But
in
it's
the world.
not just the H2O, it's the other things in the water. We don't know what they are, but it just makes it's heavy, man.
Water's definitely makes things different. I mean, when I was in Alaska, the beer tasted better in Alaska.
water's probably
the water was cleaner and
colder.
Glacier water and things like that.
Right.
I mean,
So bagels go good with New York water. Matter of fact, we used to go from New York. We're way off the 2019 shit now, but we used to go from New York to Florida to visit Debbie's parents, and they'd always ask us to bring New York bagels. And you get on an airplane with 24 bagels and stick them in the overhead, and the air starts recirculating. That whole plane starts, smelling like a bagel factory, and it's like,
really?
Who's got the bagels? Next thing you know, we're giving out bagels. True story. And on the plane, I wasn't on this trip, but Debbie said, the guy said, "Where did you get those bagels from?" And she said, "Oh, Bagel Boss in Merrick." And the guy goes, "That's my bagel store."
Oh, yeah.
So the guy was going to Florida to visit family, and he was on the same plane. Crazy shit.
Man.
I know. So maybe a New York trip. Go see some live music down in the Village.
Well, speaking of bagels, I mean, shout out to Slayton Johnson. He does the intro and outro music for the show. If you'd listened to his show that we did, Caleb and I went to Tennessee to Gatlinburg.
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 There's a Gaithersburg.
He calls it Dicklenburg, but it's Gatlinburg. And when I was up there doing the show with Slayton, he said that his girlfriend at the time, now wife, Lily, said that his balls smelled like bagels.
Good night.
So just to tie it all in, I don't know if that makes a difference. I don't know if that makes a difference.
Bagel balls.
Or what you think about bagels, but his penis smelled like bagels.
Sweaty bagel balls.
Yeah.
Sweaty bagel balls.
There you go.
So our bagel balls, the little round part that come out of the bagel.
Sorry, Slayton. Sorry, Lily. I don't know who to be sorry
I feel
to.
sorry for Lily.
Is that like a publicly known fact?
Oh, we discussed it on the podcast.
Oh, it was on the podcast.
And then Lily came home and actually came down and said, "Thank you for discussing that on the podcast." Because yes, his balls smelled like bagels.
Bagels. Put some lox and cheese on there. And
I may never eat another bagel for the rest of my life.
Well, I told him he needed some cream down there, not cream cheese, but some kind of cream because he's got a yeast infection or something going on. But
watch that episode.
Yeah, the Slayton. I can't remember
episode.
what we might have called it the bagel episode.
Episode 69.
The Swamp Crotch episode.
I gotta write Slayton down here now. Slayton.
Shit.
Bagels. Yeah, it was hilarious.
So, 2019 was like a blur. That just totally blurred the rest of my thoughts for the night.
Right. That was
2018.
I think the Slayton episode, was 2018. It wasn't 2019. But.
And you hit your 100th episode last year, too.
Yeah, 100 episodes. This will be 109 tonight.
Right. So that's pretty big, surviving 100.
I guess. I mean, if that's the benchmark, I don't know.
Benchmark. 100 is a big thing for gigs and radio and girls, bagels.
Nails.
Yeah. Made it. 100.
100.
I mean, centarians. I mean, that's what everybody achieves to get to 100, right? I mean,
what number was Brianna?
As far as what?
As far as girls you've knocked up.
Oh, shit.
3.
That seems to be the magic number.
The third,
Three,
yeah. All good things happen in threes, right? Or bad things, I guess. But.
Yeah.
Third time's the charm.
Oh, third time's the charm. What about impeachment? That's one I had down
I'm
here.
not following that.
We're not talking politics?
Nah, no politics. I got in a huge fight with my neighbor. He came over and he started saying some stuff. And next thing you know, I got all up in arms at the, president this, president that. And I'm like, man, I love you. We had to hug it out.
I mean, it's definitely something happened in 2019. The president got impeached in 2019.
Yeah, well, it actually got serious today. And I'm just going to let them, the truth always comes out, regardless. At least it does in my life.
The truth will set you free.
It's going to come out next week, hopefully.
Oh, really?
Well, that's when the trials start. Yeah, I mean, they just delivered the stuff to the Senate today, as a matter of fact. But yeah, the impeachment happened last month.
2019.
2019, last month, December 2019. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's a thing that happened in 2019 for sure, and it's still ongoing. So.
Right. And I've said all I'm going to say
Me
about
too.
it.
I'm going to check out.
Last political post I put out.
You got slammed, right?
Well, no, nobody ever slams me, man. Yeah, I was picked on as a child, and I know how to slam back.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I will say that since the mayoral race has ended, that you've definitely been more animated online. I mean, you've definitely opened your mouth a little bit more.
Well, so the last political post I had is I said, because first of all, these phony fucking Carolina fans, you know who I'm talking about, acting like you're polling for Clemson is bullshit. So I wanted to let everybody know
where you sit.
That I would pull in North Korea before I'd pull for Clemson.
Wow.
And boy,
Rocket Man.
They went berserk, didn't it, Brian?
They did.
They beat you up
it was a joke. And that's not.
Oh, people went. It was insane because it was obviously there was no way it could be factual or real or sincere at all.
No, and it has nothing. One has
Little Rocket Man demilitarized zone defense. You know,
the 50-yard line.
I said, North Korea doesn't have a football team, right?
Yeah. So people got real serious on that post.
That's not. Yeah. Then I had.
And who knows if they were being serious? They were probably fucking around
the guy actually apologized to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I said, I respect your service, man. I didn't mean to upset you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember that guy.
Yeah. So anyway.
Have you ever served in DMZ and all that kind of stuff? Yeah.
You know, the thing about it is, I've been shot at in Jedburgh, man. You know,
right. You don't have to go to a war zone. There's war zones all over the place.
Right.
Yeah.
So
doesn't have to be a foreign country.
That's true.
You know,
it can be.
Could be right in your backyard.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I think the animation's fun, so it's all right. It's all in fun.
Oh, that was one thing cool about running for mayor is that guy Kevin Province.
Now, what was
political cartoons
of you,
me, and Ricky, and
I didn't
and
see
Brandon
that.
and Hearn.
Yeah,
that was pretty funny.
You were on the news twice too during the mayoral race as well.
It kind of fit in with what I was doing,
you
know. Well, it was like performance art. I've been trying, work on my acting skills, and
if you're
gonna be a politician, you gotta look sincere, and
It was a busy year for you, man.
It was.
I mean, think
acting,
about it.
Mr. Mercedes,
playing music, hosting.
Righteous Gemstones. Were you in that one too?
The Death of Bummerville Amphitheater.
The Death of Bummerville
Amphitheater. I had to pull the plug on.
So who do you think's going to rise up in 2020? I mean, I think 2019 we kicked that around enough, right? Don't you?
Sure. I mean, unless you want to talk about Epstein or the fire at Notre Dame.
Nah. Oh, that was crazy.
I had some stuff. I had some stuff down the road.
That was crazy.
Serious stuff, I guess.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to go. I mean, you can if you want.
All right. Well, we've already mentioned it. That's good.
I'd like to see some
2020. Let's see where we're going.
So think about where we were in 19.
Well, so
what do you think's who's gonna pick up the Bummerville baton and run with it down the next year?
It'll be Public Works. So they're all.
Well, what does Public Works have to do with music?
You see, here's the deal. If you got the pedigree. Yeah, it's all. That's why I can't compete against these nonprofits in town. If they're giving out $130,000 for a rinky-dink skating rink. And giving Public Works money, that's just no use for me.
What does that have to do with
I can't fund. What does music have to do with Public Works?
Yeah.
Nothing, but it's gonna, that when they first started Public Works, I was asked to get involved with it.
Right.
And I kind of they didn't ever want.
I might not know what Public Works does anymore. Public Works used to be roads and bridges.
I don't think they ever really wanted Bummerville Amphitheater, and
you just kind of pushed it in.
I kept pushing, and finally, and then I guess it achieved what it's supposed to, and one of the principal people asked me if I wanted to get involved because they all went to the same church I went to, and I served on vestry with these people, and I said no because I felt like it was more of a way for them to, like Somerville does, control what I was doing.
Right.
And so that was probably a bad move on my part, but it's I didn't feel like I'd get the freedom to be as avant-garde as I would like to be. And so, but I mean, there's a season for everything. I'm not bitter about it. I'm just not.
Well,
the writing's on the wall, and
you
I
got
don't
things
have
rolling with live music and out of town musicians coming in. And that's
right. I mean, let's think about it. Yeah,
that's pretty big. That all.
I mean, you started the whole open mic at Coastal Coffee Roasters, right?
Did you really?
I mean,
that was you that started the Coastal.
Yeah.
That's right, because it was at Single Smile Cafe, and then it kind of broke off to Coastal Coffee.
Well, it was first. Yeah, when I first got in the music scene, I went to Coastal. It was Cup of Manna.
No, it was
and there seemed to be a Cup of Manna. They had a little.
Single Smile.
Single Smile.
It was Single Smile.
Yeah.
But there was kind of like this feud between Single Smile and Coastal Coffee Roasters, and I never saw anything, and they were
the only two coffee places in town at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
But there was like this rivalry going on, and I'd never. They were bad mouthing Coastal Coffee the first time I went in there. There was like this little clique in there.
Yeah.
And so
Coastal badmouthed them as well.
And I went over there. Did they? I don't know. I went over there and I met Jackie, and she was so gracious. I was like, man, what y'all saying is bullshit.
Yeah.
So I started doing the open mic over at Coastal, and it wasn't even on the same night, so it didn't really matter. So it was good. But I started getting people over there start to come, and I really put a lot of effort into doing social media on it and pushing it, and it grew. And one of the things I did is I would be a dick if people wouldn't listen. Basically, there were certain people, I won't name names, but they would come in and play, and they would introduce their songs for 15 minutes and yada yada do, and as soon as they were done, they'd blah, 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 and you couldn't hear the other people. And anyway,
yeah,
I got threatened.
Well, that's why I won't host. I won't host the open mic anymore, because some guy went like sideways on me, and it's a good thing Big Roger was there.
Right. Well,
and Roger kind of came down on this dude, and he goes, "What you did was wrong. Well, and if you want, you know how big Roger is. I mean, he's like 6'7", 6'6", whatever." Right. And he goes, if you need to talk to me more about this, let's just go outside. And that would have been like, the end of the season for that guy.
Yeah.
But I said after that, I'm not hosting open mics because it's hard to control some of the stuff that goes on.
So anyway, what had happened was the guy was sitting next to my daughter and didn't know he was sitting next to my daughter, and was trying to get people to rise up against me and hit me. I would hit that motherfucker in the head with a bottle, and my daughter told me that. Yeah. And so anyway, I confronted him like I do. I'm not scared. I was like, so you want to hit me in the head with a bottle? You need to leave. And I told Brad, I said, what he did, I said, you can either go with me or go with him, but I'm not letting him up here to play an open mic anymore. And of course, Brad stood behind me, but
it's a hassle.
It's a hassle, and after 3 years of doing it,
yeah,
I was to the point where I didn't want any more people to come in. There was like 20 people coming in, and so like if you were going to bring your little Walkman up there and do your little karaoke bullshit, I wasn't.
We gotta censor that.
No. Open mics. Look here, music stand. If you're going to use a music stand, stay at home. We don't want to see you practice at open mic. Okay. So any of you musicians, you call yourself professionals with music stands out there, you suck. Okay?
Ooh.
You're not going to run for mayor next round.
No, I'm serious, man. If you want to rehearse, we'll come see you at your house. But don't bring your music stand out to an open
just
mic.
do like I do.
It takes up time from other people.
Right? If you get a word or two,
I kind of concur with that.
Yeah.
Well, and I think I've mentioned it before on this show, as a matter of fact.
Like going forward with there's a load of musicians. I went to Coastal Coffee last Thursday. I said, there probably won't be any people. It was, New Year and whatever.
Yeah.
Went in there. The place was packed with people looking to get up there and perform. I listened for about 30 minutes, and then I came over to see who was playing at Homegrown on Thursday night. It was, come on, we got to give him a plug, Brian. Last Thursday.
Matt Furlong.
Matt?
Matt Furlong.
Was that last Thursday?
No, it wasn't Matt Furlong.
I think he was the week before that. Hold on.
Oh no, it was the Cardboard Band.
Oh yeah, that's right.
What's the name?
Yeah, Sliding on Cardboard.
Sliding on Cardboard. I love them. And the drummer in that band, he's got
Squeezing Chalkboard. No.
what's called?
Yes, it's
Cut.
nails on chalkboard.
Hey, Stephanie.
We're gonna be editing this one a lot.
No, we're not.
We're gonna tag Stephanie.
Stephanie.
Yeah, and the drummer was great. I mean, that guy was playing a Folgers coffee can, and he had brushes, and I don't know, he was from John's Island. I forgot the gentleman's name, but man, we had some fun that night. But the point is the open mic now at Cup-A-Mana and Coastal, they're packed.
Yeah.
So that's not. I mean, that's
yeah.
not
John Scott always posts videos at Cup-A-Mana. I've never been over there for their open mic, but it always looks good.
It's
always
really
looks packed.
changed a lot. It used to be really play guitar or another instrument, sing, and then get on with it. Now you have a lot of people doing spoken word, which
Where?
Right.
Cup-A-Mana and Coastal
Yeah.
Coffee, they let them do spoken word or poetry, whatever.
Yeah, both of them have done
Both,
that. Yeah.
right? And
one guy just reads verses out the Bible or something. I
yeah,
think.
there's that, and it's
Well, that's where the roulette wheel comes. Nope, we don't do
right.
Walt Whitman. Nope.
No.
Nope.
But it's interesting
Highway
how
17A roulette.
it was really a musical thing. Now it's an art. So maybe you should be thinking about that because it's more artistic.
No, we want to. We want to.
Well, outside of music, one thing I want to start is a comedy night at Homegrown.
That
to be
would be
honest,
so
but,
much fun.
Yeah,
Now,
it's
they do
kind of a
that
big
at,
thing that's picked up here recently.
They do that at not Montrose.
Wine and Tapas does it.
Oh, they have a comedy night at Wine and Tapas? I
Yeah.
did not know that.
Every so often.
Every so often. Yeah, I don't know if they're still doing it, but they definitely did it last year for sure. Yeah, it's
Sometimes
become
they get
a
pretty
bigger
vulgar,
thing. I mean, it's,
It's like.
and that's kind of like where it gets to a point where.
but I wouldn't mind even integrating that into an open mic. Have a couple of musicians, have somebody do a 3-minute set, comedy set.
Yeah, stand up would be cool. The
I mean,
don't mind.
I don't know how it works as far as breaking up the vibe.
I don't mind the spoken word. It's just when you're hosting an open mic, and you bring in a loop pedal, a drum machine, and some backup band stuff, and you plug all this stuff up, and then you get up on your guitar and sing. It takes up so much time from other people, and then they want to play 2 songs, and so but with the spoken word, the person or open or stand up, the person just gets up there and starts talking. So that I don't mind that at all.
I can see that point for sure. That's one thing I've always hated about open mics is people got to come up there and set up their shit. Yeah, it should be just a house mic, a house guitar, a house drum set, maybe.
Right.
People just get up there and go, man.
Right. It's the strike time. You should get 10 minutes, okay, or that's what I was trying to do.
Yeah, you did that pretty well.
Say, okay, man, you got to.
Yeah, because it definitely cuts down on the amount of people you can have perform, right?
Well,
you got people setting up. You got 10 people. You can.
Well, the deal about it is it gets the riff-raff out. Let's be honest. You go to an open mic, you're going to hear some shit.
But I mean, that's the purpose of it. Open mic.
Right, that's the purpose of it.
To an extent.
But if you're going to be. If you're working for the venue, which I was.
Yeah, you want some quality.
Why you don't
want to keep customers.
You don't want to lose people.
Well, that's another.
And I've had something.
Yeah, it's very good.
I've had people come in and I've had a full room, and I've had people that would have stayed. And so.
But there's another thing too. There's another thing that open mics I've noticed. It's packed, but there's not a lot of people hitting the cash register buying stuff.
No.
Right. So what I was, I'm not going to name the place, but I was speaking to somebody and I said, well, you should do a $5 cover and then give them a $5 voucher for the food or drinks at the place. This way, there's money circling through the house instead of 40 people sitting listening. Nobody's buying anything.
Right.
It's a strange thing. So open mics, they could be really profitable or they could be really costly for a venue.
Or you have an open mic, and you have like comedy shows will have a 2-drink minimum or something.
Yeah, 2-drink minimum, and then you could do it either with a 2-drink. But how do you?
Yeah, I mean it goes so coffee, or it could be soda, it could be beer, it could be whatever.
Something to eat, right?
Yeah.
But they don't do that today, and I think the place is packed with people, but there's not a lot of people spending money. So that's a chance.
I think a 2-drink minimum would be pretty badass, really.
What happened to
and I mean, I can speak from experience when I used.
They used to
be that where band could make money, and you could charge a cover.
Well,
that's what frustrates me about music. I made more money back in 1984. Well, I'd make more money delivering chicken.
That's why you deliver chicken
summer.
Let's face it.
No, absolutely.
If you can make money playing music, you'd probably play music 5 nights a week, but you're going to make more money delivering chicken. But I think the cover charge, I'm not probably going to get in trouble. I'm going to be kicked out.
As long as you're not choking your chicken, you'll be okay.
I'm just thinking about Fleming delivering chicken and saying, "Hey, here's your chicken. Do you mind if I play a tune for you real quick? Let me do it." And he starts shucking and jiving on the porch or whatever.
But
trying to get a tip,
the
extra
coolest,
tip.
John Picard, my good buddy,
he had a great post last week about.
John Picard is a musician.
Yeah.
I mean, and he plays but he also supplements his income at Kickin' Chicken.
You got to put Picard down there now too.
John Picard.
Yeah, drummer, bass player.
Is that the guy from Star Trek?
Jean-Luc Picard.
Yeah, but John Picard is he plays with the blues.
He's got new
blues
TV show.
Lines, reggae. He's a really good reggae drummer.
Right.
But anyway, he hooked me up with the job, and the reason I took it is because as long as you put your dates out, he'll always give you time off.
Yeah, that's fine.
So it's.
But 2020, you think there's room for more open mics in Somerville? Maybe a different venue other than Couple Mana.
We're running out.
Well, I mean, we definitely got like we've already mentioned, homegrown.
So if you go to Nashville, or Memphis, or any of these places, there's stuff going on at every venue.
Yeah,
and there's so many people now that want to play. Yeah. They're actually turning people away at some of these open mics. So maybe, you could do 2 on a Thursday.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of venues out there playing music, but, not a lot of people doing open mics. I mean, you got Off the Chain is doing it. You got O'Lacey's. You got Montreux. You got us. You got Cup of Mana. You got Wine and Tapas. You got Ice House. You got
Sunday nights. Late night Sundays.
Coastal Coffee. You got Thai Taco. I mean, it's a shit ton of people. They drop
Underground.
Yeah, you got Fleming's Backyard.
You call them the backyard?
Shady's Rest.
Wicked
Weed Wednesday.
How you going to do it? No, it can't be on Wednesday because that's going to be at Homegrown. We're going to do Highway 17A.
Yeah. This weed is so wicked, it'll be Saturday, but you'll think it's Wednesday.
There you go. That works.
Oh, man, you're killing me.
Different dimensions Saturday.
Every other month or so. Nothing serious. I think we got Robert coming up and got 40 Mile Detour in March. And other than that, I haven't planned anything out beyond that.
So 2020 is going to be off to a slow music.
Right. So if you're available and you want to come over, I think what I'm going to do is maybe just pass the plate like you would do at church.
Well, that's what they do.
And bring your own bottle so that you can come. And there's plenty of parking because I live right across from Laurel Street Park. My house is in the historic district. It's
nice. And
there's a good little spot back there where if you did want to partake with some CBD oil.
Hashtag dirt pot.
Hashtag dirt pot. They're welcome. Anybody's welcome. No,
they would be a great band to have.
So it would be glad. I had them at Blackwater, but I'd like to have.
First time I ever saw them was at Blackwater.
Yeah, I'd like to have them at. I'd like to have Jordan.
Jordan's got a great
as an acoustic. My backyard's gonna be more like a
singer-songwriter type thing.
Yeah, Robert Lighthouse. We're gonna have
where are we at?
Jordan's coming up February 6th at Homegrown Brew
There you go, February 6th.
Jordan Miller, February
Thursday
6th.
Night?
It's on Thursday night.
There you go.
First Thursday of the month.
Look those guys up.
But after having Cale Jackson and the Cold Revival there this past Saturday night, I think Dirt Pot can maybe play there. I mean, they're just as loud or less loud than fucking.
It all depends on how the drummer plays, and you can put them in the back room.
Yeah, we got to do something in the back.
That's really, I mean, that might be the thing for Saturday night. Move everything to the back room on Saturday night.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is just staffing. I mean, that's the problem with the back room. The back room is fantastic, but you got one bartender usually on a Saturday night. They got to work the front and the back.
Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of a pain in the ass. Kind of hard.
I could help you with that offline.
Okay.
I got a great idea for you. Goes back to the bowling alley.
I'd love to pull the Dirt Pot, Cale Jackson in the back. I told Cale Saturday night.
Yeah.
I want you guys in the back room, man.
What's that?
I could throw together the Shady from Mayor band, man.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing with the back room is, you used to do.
Ron Gill, Tanner, Dave wants to be playing with me now.
Who's on
so
drums?
David's going to be playing with me.
No, it can't be the Shady from Mayor Band. It's the Shady did not become Mayor Band.
Yeah.
Shady Nacho Mayor Band.
Yeah, Shady Nacho Mayor Band.
No, but we
you can call it Shady.
I threw it together. Anyway. Dave is going to be playing with me on the 31st. Blue Spear. What's his name? What's Dave?
Dave Groniger.
Groniger is going to be playing with me the 31st.
No, that's he'll be playing on the 31st, but you guys are playing on March 19th. Fleming and Friends is what I got down here. So that's you, Dave.
Thursday, but it's going to be
that's
Fleming
you, Dave,
and Friends.
Ron, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we're going to have a full band.
But this month, the 31st, is you and Dave and Tanner.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then who's picking fourth Saturday up this month?
What day is that?
25th.
Matt Furlong is coming and picking you up. Yeah. And I'm hoping he can maybe bring his buddy Casey with him, and they can do the basic the Band of Brothers acoustic.
Nice.
Casey Carver.
Yeah.
Yeah, Casey and Matt do the Band of Brothers acoustic, and they're fantastic. So I'm gonna see if maybe he can pick up Casey and bring him in. And they haven't been there. It used to be Band of Brothers acoustic and the Scotty Oliver Band
on Thursdays
were the two main people that played Homegrown Brewhouse for like the first 2-3 years that they were open. And then we had to cut Band of Brothers acoustic because they played only cover tunes. We kept Scotty Oliver because he had all original music.
Yeah, and then I came in shortly after that.
Yeah, then you came in shortly after that, and then Dave came in, and then next thing you know, it's a whole bunch of people. And
then it kind of shifted, the vibe shifted a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know, how that all works, but where there was some non-original music being played, but that's another discussion about.
Well, that was, I can clue you into that.
But how that all works. And,
it's because Bummerville Amphitheater was involved.
Now with the defunction.
Well, yeah, you got involved and said you'd pick up the tab of somebody.
Yeah, because to the nonprofit, they're not going to sue a nonprofit, so maybe we aren't dead after all.
Yeah, you got to spot. Be like Phil Spector.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just a rebranding year. That's what it is.
I got to figure it out. But I'm going to. Yeah.
But anyway, the vibe changed there.
The idea for Studio 117, because of the ambiguous future of the building,
right,
and control over that, made it hard. What I'd like to do is find a room, and even that you could set up a studio so that when you do bring these people in, you could actually pick up live performances and stream it and do it professionally,
Yeah, I mean that was our vision originally.
My vision, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah, it was to kind of record some tunes and have it a recording studio plus a performing studio, but just kind of never got to that point. But we still have time.
Who was the lady that came in from California?
Jill Knight.
And then didn't Scotty Oliver play with her a little bit afterwards?
Yeah, that was
you did too, right? Jill Knight, is that her name?
Yeah, I think a few people sat in.
Well, yeah, Scotty sat in with her at the end. And
in
the back, but she didn't really have a great turnout. I mean, she was a fantastic.
No,
not people wise, yeah.
And you know what? No, she didn't have a good turnout. And it was just.
So what I'm saying is, that there's a lot to do with anything. Like when we played last Saturday in December, we were competing with the Clemson game, and you know, we had some people. You were out, so you're a big draw at any place where you come in and hang out. You know, people come into.
I don't know about that, but I appreciate
you
it.
know, that's true. Nothing against Jonathan, but so you know the promotion cut. That's my first one. That's my first one. 100 decibels.
Oh man, look at that spike right
blues
there.
Music. Dante on the drums, cranking it up to a new.
Yeah, that's who I heard it from, was Jonathan.
Yeah, I know.
Man, they were loud.
Cut!
They were loud as fuck. No, I don't cut shit.
You know
I don't cut shit on this
was,
show.
I know, that's great. What was great about it is we were doing some Tom Petty stuff because we were requested to do some stuff, and Tom Petty's like an amazing writer. And you just get going when you have a full. And we didn't even have a full band. John Daniel didn't play with us. He was out of town, and so it was just a 3-piece band. But we did get loud.
Yeah.
And we had a light show. It was the first for the Paul Stone project. We had
that was good.
We had the lights that were going on with the drum beat and all that stuff. So
get the guy that played with brushes next time, or.
Well, I'm thinking Folger's coffee can and then an old beat up cymbal, and then we'll be just fine.
Right. Yeah. Or like Jim McEnroe used to do.
Or like I got on the drums over there. Put the pads on there.
It's a great idea, but anyway, the draw, like with Knight, the lady, it's you got to promote the crap out of it, and that's one of the things that the bands. It's nothing knocking against the bands or anything, but if the bands don't promote and bring people and venues don't hire you back, that's just the nature.
Yeah, it's kind of a back and forth between the two, the venue and the band.
Well, see,
it's a partnership.
Which I've been trying to do a better job this year so far of promoting the music that comes up each week. And
well, it's hard when you. So I've cut back. It's just hard when you.
It's just plugging yourself on social media. Hey, we're going to be at this. Dirt Pots. Those guys are really doing pretty well. They played a Tin Roof.
Yeah.
And they plugged it up.
The thing is, it's timing too, right? You can't do it the day of the show. People already got plans.
Right,
you got to do it a few days out at least.
A month. You start doing it a month.
Start doing it. Yeah, for sure.
Say, hey, look, we got gigs lined up, and then the venue should do the same thing. Hey, what are you guys all about? And if you get 10 more people because of that, it's not. There's no cost there. It doesn't cost anything to tweet or Facebook. It's free.
Right, unless you want to boost a post or something like that.
And I've got mixed results with that. You boost a post for
I've stopped
$5
doing
or $10.
I haven't seen any
and it's
worth
to it.
There's
no real. It's hard to tell, first of all. But anyway, the promotion at venues, they get scared.
If you
paying people because they say, well, how do I know how many people showed up because you were there?
Yeah.
And that's where I was.
That's where cover charge comes in.
Well, cover charge is good.
Cover charge, but I mean, as a bartender, I can tell you
new faces.
I can tell you who's there to see you and who is there just to be a bar, just to come to the bar.
Battery died.
Battery or the car died, one of the two. But keep going.
Yeah. So it's an interesting, maybe for 2020 we start trying to maybe try a cover
hour
charge.
37. I told you an hour 50 minutes is about the.
Try doing a cover charge or two at some places and see how that works.
That's what Studio 117, Shady's Rest.
It was a little high though. I think like I think the prices, because it's like you want to pack the place. I think what did you?
I think $15 is the price point. We did 20 but
I'm thinking $10 would be a perfect price point for Studio 117. Because then if they gave some tickets away, it would be, or you even had the band buy the tickets. Say here's 10 for promotional. If you want more, you got to buy them for $10 a piece. How many people is that hold? 60.
60, I think, is about close to the max that we had in there. Yeah.
So even 10 promotional, that's a lot. Maybe 5 promotional for the band.
Yeah.
And then charge 10 a piece because it's $600. You're packing out. Or maybe do a start at a lower price. Start at a lower price, and then people won't show up.
Well, so let's see. I think the only one that Bummerville Amphitheater came in the black on was 40 Mile
Detour.
40 Mile Detour.
Yeah.
With Blue Sphere, I broke even, but I Blue Sphere got 80% of the draw. Everybody else was 50-50, but I would guarantee.
Are we still recording, Brian?
Yeah, audio. Yeah.
We would guarantee the traveling artist $250.
Yeah.
Or half of the
Whatever
revenue,
it is,
and so anyway, I'd come out of maybe $40 sometimes, and a lot of work.
That's a lot of work, dude.
A lot of work.
Setting up the PA system, doing the sound check, breaking it down at the end of the night.
Yeah.
That's craziness. Well, we'll have to try a house party.
Yeah.
Those are big.
Have you met Robert Lighthouse?
Not officially, but I saw him play, I think the first year he played, what was it, last year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He played up front the first time, didn't he?
He was he was in the back, but he played, he usually sits in.
He sat in. Excuse me.
Sat in with me at,
God, what was that, the beer?
He was at Blackwater one time.
That's where I saw him the first time, at Blackwater.
Blackwater?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was another guy that played there too that was really a good blues player. Crazy guitar player. I can't remember who it was.
One thing I like about Homegrown is the location, but I just yeah, I'd heard that rumor. I was surprised
that might have been a wiki leak.
A wicked weed leak.
A wicked weed leak. Here at the Craft Conversation
Studio. An Appalachian brewery.
In Somerville, South Carolina.
So you're going to play us a tune?
Nah, we're going to just talk the snot out of this tonight.
Was he going to get
I don't know.
A camera? A battery?
Probably another card.
Oh, thank you.
It's
still not recording. The Hero 4.
No, I've got the card in here.
That's pretty cool.
It's the
30 minutes.
It's the card, the SD card that I got. Is
so
what
the
limitation
the batteries usually last in those bastards?
I don't know how long the battery lasts, but it's the memory card that gets full. So I got to get a new memory card that will record more.
How much memory we just use up in there? I need to know these things if I'm going to be like.
I don't know, man. Give me a second, I'll tell you. Once this thing offloads.
Lots.
Offload. Like 500, half a tera.
No, not that much.
500 gig. Yeah.
No, that card's probably not that big.
256.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
A quarter of one.
Yeah, a quarter.
This
is like a 30 gig.
30 gig. It's a tiny little bugger.
Yeah, you need a
tiny card.
You need to bump up the
volume.
Bump up the storage.
Yeah. Well. All right, man. Can Bummerville Amphitheater slap me some money?
Oh yeah,
some of that.
We're waiting on 100. I'm not even picking up my $183 check.
That's crazy, huh?
No. Which as a matter of fact, Bummerville, helped us out originally, actually, but I appreciate that. I mean, the board we're using, the mic you're using right there, was originally one of the mics for this show, and yeah,
pretty cool.
I've got stuff from all kind of artists up here.
Pretty cool stuff.
So what did y'all finish up with? What were y'all talking about?
We were just finishing up with
we were talking about you behind your
cover
back,
charges.
All right, that's fair enough.
Finished up with cover charges. You could probably wrap us up if you want. Put a bow on.
It's up to you guys.
No, I got some more grievances.
Oh, you got I don't know grievances, man.
You bring him a gift, like you're trying to butter him up.
No, it's
project
not.
yourself as this, like this Mr.
Pull that
guy.
out.
What else did the hell did he get you here?
Mr. Paul Pietrofeso here brings me a gift. Fleming didn't bring in a fucking gift.
But
this is
I
don't even have the video on anymore. God damn it! All right, well, when I get the camera back up, I'll show you
I might be
the mug.
I might be one of the top guests on the show now.
Did Deb make this?
No, Debbie did not make that. Grateful Dead did not.
What are you saying?
Did your grandkid make it?
No, it's supposed to be zen, man. It's just it's a relaxed mug, you know. It's not.
Right, it's not perfect. It's got imperfections to it, just like every person
like
and
the life that we live.
Life
it's not a perfect place. It's very zen.
I know. I didn't know. I thought Dad worked for Marky and Polsky. I didn't know she worked for.
We did sign it on the bottom.
Association.
We thought that would be a nice addition to the.
Yeah.
So what are you really after?
Man, no, I'm not after anything, man.
Come on, Paul.
But I think Fleming might have you beat though, as far as performance or as far as appearances on the show.
Yeah, because on the mayoral run, you had at least.
Yeah,
two.
he had more mayor stuff.
Yeah, I
going
snuck
on,
a couple.
Snuck a few.
I'm running for county council this year, though.
Yeah, I might run for governor.
But we did
South Carolina.
So we did a show in here, and then we did one out front, homegrown, and then one in the back.
17, yeah.
So 3 real shows, craft conversation shows, and then a couple mayoral things going on. So, and then you were in here
with Caleb once with the.
We did one out front and homegrown,
and then this is the third one.
And then this, yeah. So
thanks for inviting me back.
Think you're one behind Mr. Fleming more over here.
These gifts are not going to work.
It's just
all right, man. You just come on.
You know,
next thing you know, he'll be bringing bagel balls and stuff.
No, listen, I might not ever eat bagel again after that. I won't be able to think right.
Yeah,
but
it definitely makes you rethink what a bagel smells like, for sure.
You know, you were on a tear on Facebook for a while with all those tweets and Facebook posts.
I can see.
What do you mean? I still am.
No, you kind of slowed down a little bit.
I'd like.
Did I?
I'd like to order a pair of hairy bagel balls.
Yeah.
No.
Hold the butter.
With a side of sweat.
Yeah.
Well, you were talking about something the other night that you were in. You were in there with your buddy Ken.
Yeah. Oh, we had a blast that night. You know, we started the night off over at Oak Road.
Yeah.
Brew House, and they had some really good beers on tap there on Friday night. And then
just on Friday night.
Well, no, it was Friday night. We were there.
I know.
But anyway, there you go. Mark's band, 40 Mile Detour, was playing up at Coastal Coffee.
Right.
So that drew us in. Another, live music. That's a John Scott thing. Live music promotes the business in the area. So we listened to Mark, and then we went over to Homegrown, and there was somebody playing there too.
Noah Grove.
Yeah, he was good, man.
Yeah.
No, that was on Friday night. So Thursday was the
Matt
Furlong.
Yeah, so we were there Friday night.
Saturday night was
with
Joshua Jarman, Afterglow, and the
Cale Jackson and the
Cale
Cult
Jackson
Revival.
And
the Cult Revival.
The Cult Revival.
So I don't know.
What I was getting at was
about on Friday night. Yeah, me and Uncle Kenny there.
You talked about
for Uncle Kenny.
Yeah, you're not playing this month because you got another engagement.
What happened was we have friends over at the Elks Lodge over in Somerville.
Right.
And they're a great bunch over there. So when we booked the gig to play at the Elks Lodge, we didn't realize it was 4th Saturday. So I'm big on keeping a commitment when I book a gig, but I know you.
Now we know why there's.
That has nothing to do with it. I would have to have a $20 bill in there or something.
Well, where is it?
There ain't no 20s in there, man.
Well, then that's
I'm a
feeble effort.
I'm a struggling musician, man, and I brought I'm a struggling musician. That's the tip jar. Even though a lady put a $2 bill in my tip jar last month when we played at Homegrown, and it was a first $2 bill tip, so that's on the wall of shame.
I get a lot of those.
Brianna gets a lot of those.
$2 bills.
So David Bowers. Anyway. David Bowers. Shout out to David. He always tips with $2 bills. Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
That's pretty crazy. So anyway, we're playing at the old Elks Lodge, and I thought it was earlier in the day, but it turns out we're playing during this is really cool. They're doing Philly cheesesteak night. So we're playing from 7 to 10 p.m. And if you want to come down, you don't need to be a member on this particular Saturday night, 4th Saturday. $8 for Philly cheesesteak and fries.
I love a Philly cheesesteak.
Good Philly cheesesteak. Now, you like it with provolone cheese or
I like
cheese whiz?
The cheese whiz.
You like
that's the original.
I don't know. I think if you go to Philly, they're going to put provolone cheese on most of them.
Really?
Oh,
See,
yeah.
I've heard the opposite.
Yeah. Well, I guess it depends where you go.
No, if you go to the main place. What's it called in Philly?
There's a couple.
There's one of them though.
There's one I go to up in Stout. It's called Leo's.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the one.
When you walk in there, if you order a large, they'll look at you and say, "You're going to take some of that home?" And you're like, "No, I'm going to eat it all here. I'm hungry."
Yeah.
And the guy who makes the steaks there is about as big as the three of us put together.
Right.
And he goes, "It takes me 2 days to eat one of those things." He goes, "Why don't you try a regular? And if you want another one, come back in." And the regular is like, about a 12-inch piece of bread with cheese. Look up Leo's, man. Give them a shout out. Those guys are great.
Leo's?
Yeah, Leo's up in
All right, give me a second.
Ridley Park.
And get you a tasty cake while you're at it.
No,
Tasty
what are they?
cake.
It's not. Is it? It's Twinkies. Yeah.
Tasty cakes.
Tasty cakes. Yeah.
Tasty cake,
You've been up
butterscotch.
there. Oh man. It's
I
good
lived off a street road in Warminster, man.
Did you really?
Yeah, one time when I was smuggling wicked weed from Texas, my life was threatened by this guy named Benito. So I hopped on a plane, landed in Philly. I met a girl in Charleston for New Year's.
What?
And I said, "Honey, how are you doing?" And I moved in with her and hid out for 6 months in Philly until the heat blew over. Yeah. And the guy that ended up in federal prison, Lord. And I got a phone call from, it's Billy's in jail. You can come home now.
God, man, you're like a wild
So anyway, so I was familiar with South Street.
Yeah.
Warminster. I was amazing. I went up there.
You fit right in.
I got a job in marketing like 2 days after I landed there, and I was going to New York to the Javits Center on weekends and selling
weed.
No,
I couldn't resist, man.
No,
so shady.
It wasn't that lucrative. I was selling more like mad balls, not bagel balls, but they were called that. Just anything you would see at a 7-Eleven.
8 balls.
At the register.
8 balls at a 7-Eleven.
You know, like the Eagle Pop keychain, stuff like that. Plastic flowers. I sold Kroger Save-On $180,000 worth of plastic flowers. Got a 3% commission on that. So I made about $5,000 that day, which made up for all the draws I had. All of us.
Draw versus commission.
Yeah. So but it kept.
There you go.
Right.
We're back on.
Got the camera back on. So here's the mug we were talking about.
It's a bribe.
Yeah.
See,
bribe.
What it is he wants to get on the show more times than me.
Well,
right?
Plus he jilted.
It's competition, like David Letterman was.
Yeah, the opponent also.
How many times could Bill Murray be on?
Kind of like jilted homegrown brew house for the Elks Club. So that's the real reason behind it.
That's really.
What the hell? The whole story. The whole reason I even brought up you and King coming in the other night was because you brought up a new name, a new name for 2020. The Paul Stone Project Dog or something. What was that thing? What was that name you pitched to me the other night?
He wanted a hot dog.
The dog. Right, like a hot dog.
He wants a hot dog.
Like 40 miles.
Is that what it was? So he wanted a dog.
Yeah, have a platter, and then I said, "What we
he wants
do."
The Paul Stone dog.
The Paul Stone dog.
Okay.
And then we just have to come up with the formula, which would probably have mozzarella cheese on it and maybe red sauce.
Okay. Like Frank's Red Hot sauce?
No, like a
marinara?
Like a marinara sauce.
Okay, I got you.
That would be really good with a side of.
Chris is always down. Not so much Jonathan, but Chris is always down to make up whatever. We want. No, I mean, who cares, Jonathan? We love you. Not really.
We got. Isn't that from? No, that trifecta. That's from.
I would leave if that was the case, and no cuts on that. I would leave. But yeah, Chris will come up with whatever we want to come up with. As long as he's got the ingredients in the kitchen,
that would be fun.
We'll make up whatever we want to make.
We'll do that for February.
February, that's right, because you're skirting us for the Elks Lodge this month. That's right.
Yeah, waiting.
So February we'll do a Paul Stone dog.
Yeah, January was the month that the Paul Stone Project gave the finger to homegrown.
Oh man, now it's terrible.
In March, when they opened up the Chuck E. Cheese, he was there playing every Wednesday.
Last time we played there, it was a Saturday, and it was the first Saturday of the month, and I played a couple minor, which is like from 3 to 5 I play. And then I had to get right over to the old Elks Lodge, set up and play a gig there. Man, you talk about hustling, breaking down a setup, and then hustling to get set back up again. So I don't like to double book or overbook and all that stuff. I'm too old for that shit.
Right. I mean, timing wise, it wouldn't work anyway because you're playing till 10.
Right. So if it was an early gig, I would have definitely done it. We've done. Roger and I have done double gigs a few times.
Right.
And it's fun. It's hard work, but it's fun. You get to play twice in one day.
Yeah. You got the momentum going already.
The momentum going as long as your voice isn't blown out. And,
yeah.
The weather's, you're not playing outside.
Right.
And it's raining.
It's like porn stars, man. If your asshole's not blown out, you just
keep going.
Just keep going, man. Whatever. Yeah.
We got to get a drummer here.
We do. We have somebody in the corner there.
Next time we'll have Dante come in and sit. That'll be
my Paul. Who is Dave's? Dave Letterman's.
Paul Schaefer.
The
world's most dangerous band. Yeah. That's what you need to have.
We'd have a Paul Schaefer in the corner. Yeah.
And we can go to commercial break and get some more beer.
Right.
Yeah. This was good.
Might not be a bad idea.
That would be hilarious.
Be a musician. Yeah.
Get Scotty Oliver.
Yeah.
So
you got any format changes in mind for 2020?
For 2020?
For the craft conversation?
No, I mean, if anything, it's going to be more remote stuff, I think. Doing more stuff at people's locations instead of doing stuff here in the studio.
Yeah.
My solo stuff will be here in the studio, but I'd like to do every other thing that I do
remote
in somebody else's comfort zone, at their brewery, at their business, at their...
How many breweries
in a park?
There's like 50 in Charleston, isn't there?
Nah, it's 35 maybe in the Low Country.
It's like a whole year.
So, you start bringing up some controversy. You do it on Facebook all the time.
I do.
Yeah, bring it into the show.
Bring it into the show.
Imus is dead. We need a new Imus.
That's true. Well,
so you could break the
Howard
show
Stern
up.
was a little more controversial than Imus. But
oh well, yeah, I know, but
if you could find who was the little guy that used to be on the show, Mini Me.
On who?
On Howard's show. Who was the little...
you had Hank the Dwarf.
Yeah,
Beetlejuice. I mean, there's a lot of the little people on there.
You get Beetlejuice on the show, man. You get thousands of viewers.
I'm
sure there's plenty of Beetlejuices.
Little Mikey. He's had Little Mikey on the show, haven't you?
No, but I keep rethinking that. I was supposed to
he's
back...
not living here, and he's back up in
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Well, that's fine. That's not too far away.
No, you can do it remotely.
I'll go to North Carolina.
Yeah, or maybe... Here, Amy and I got this for you.
I love it. That's very nice.
And I was thinking about doing maybe in 2020 doing a little, a little segment for you each time.
Yeah.
And maybe we could come up and talk to Chris about coming up with either the Shady Wiener or the Flim Dog.
That's my idea. Well, I think that's a good thing.
Dog.
So there's a way to
But this one would have nothing.
Go ahead.
Nothing. Never mind.
Come on, man. I was going to say this is the way you could tell how much the band's drawn. You do a band dog for that show, right?
Yeah.
And then you let the band promote it and say, hey, if you take this coupon off of our social media site and bring it in, you can get whatever off on our hot dog for the band.
Right.
If you get 100 coupons, that'd be a good problem to have on a Friday or Saturday night.
Or a free Flim Dog.
Or a Flem Dog. I don't like the sound of that, man. That sounds nasty.
I do like that. I do like
Flem
it.
Dog?
Yeah, I like
when I was in college, there was the Piccadilly on Wentworth Street.
Wentworth.
The chef that worked there and I carpooled to the College of Charleston, and there was a Flim Dog on the menu.
Was there really?
Yeah, because all I had was enough money to order a hot dog every day.
I mean, it really just depends on how you spell it, really.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Flemdo, the Flim Dog.
The Flem Dog.
Yeah.
But you're just going with Paul Stone Dog?
Yeah, that would be great.
You think that sounds good?
Stone Dog?
I don't know.
Come up with a name.
Paulie's Doggy?
Paul's Dog.
Paul's Dog.
Paulie's Dog. It sounds kind of racial, right?
No.
No. All right.
I don't know.
I don't know. Come up with a name. I mean,
we'll come up with something.
Call it Blue Dog.
Blues Dog,
Blues
yeah.
Dog,
Blue Dog.
Blue Dog.
But yeah, it's just...
We could get, what's that blue beef that they have?
You could
like a buffalo bison burger of beef or whatever it is.
with a side of bagel balls.
That would be a real cool way to do it. Serve a hot dog on a bagel with some coleslaw and mustard.
That'd be the Slayton dog.
Yeah, like taking a hot dog
and cut. No, you can
down
cut
the middle and then in half and have like 4 pieces on a bagel.
Well, you could do it like that, or just cut like notches in it,
the
and then just
weenie through the hole.
You know, curl it and pop it on a bagel.
Yeah.
I could develop it, but I have to charge royalty.
Paul's bagel dog.
Blues dog, blues sphere dog, a little blues sphere dog.
No, but I saw Tommy on the way in.
Did you?
Yeah. Hadn't seen him in a while.
Yeah,
he said he was going to crash the podcast, but he's not here. So.
He's not here.
He bugged out?
I told him he had to take the hat off.
Did he have the hat on?
Yeah. Said you can't wear that out here.
I didn't see him with the hat.
Has Tommy ever been on the show? Yes, with Blue Sphere.
Yeah, he and Scotty came on one time. Yeah, we were supposed to do a second show before they played it at Homegrown at Studio 117, but we never got around to it. They never made it happen. And I think he's actually he was on one show that we did. If you haven't listened to it, it's pretty eclectic. It's very off the wall. It was called The Gruesome Foursome. It was me, Gordon, Dennis, and Tommy.
Oh my gosh!
And we were all drunk and
just went crazy.
And maybe a little something else.
Yeah.
And it was off the rails. Yeah. It wasn't that great.
Yeah, my phone's off.
Is there anything available around here?
Oh, I'm sure there is something available. Yeah.
Cut to the chase.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're 2 hours in, so.
Yeah, that's a good show.
Yeah, this is a good show. It's probably the longest show I've done in. It might be this whole year, as a matter of fact. It's definitely the longest show in 2020.
It's the longest show. Now,
but it might be the longest show in 2019, as a matter of fact.
Show number 109?
Show number 109.
109.
109, it'll come out on January 16th. Does that add up at all? 109.
On January 16th. 109, 116.
Yeah.
Not really.
Would have been nice if this was on January 9th coming out. It'd be the 109 show. But
109 show. 109 on 116.
But yeah, we're 2 hours in. We might as well just, we're out of beer. We're out of water.
It's late.
We've talked about everything, I think. Anything else anybody want to bring up? Promotions? Oh, speaking of promotions, we do have at Homegrown Brewhouse this week, 117 South Main Street. We have Been Somewhere on Thursday, tomorrow night. This will come out. You'll be listening to this on Thursday. So he's playing 8 to 10 there at Homegrown. On the 17th, Friday, we have Roger Minewater and Joshua Jarman filling in for Mr. Dan Riley. And then on Saturday, we have Zach Crump. So that's all 8 to 10 at Homegrown Brewhouse.
All right. Awesome.
That's about all I got.
Thanks for inviting me out.
Always
good to see you.
I'll be performing with the Flim Dog at Homegrown Brewhouse on January 31st.
Yep.
Then I got no more gigs.
And I'll be doing a show before then, so we'll plug that again for sure.
Yeah. That's great. And then fourth Saturday, we got
Nope, can't.
I'm not going to cover myself. I'm just going to say we won't be at Homegrown Brewhouse.
No, I'm just bullshit.
We're taking a month.
Cover whatever. This isn't a show for Homegrown Brewhouse. Fuck those guys, man. If you got a show at the Elks Lodge, let's promote that bullshit.
How about every first Saturday of the month at Capomana in Somerville on Main Street?
Plug whatever you want,
Great
man.
Show. And then,
this is not tied to Homegrown Brewhouse whatsoever.
And then, of course,
February 9th, he's at Corner House Cafe.
Right, 12 to 2 for a brunch show.
For a brunch show with the most amazing brunch menu.
Yeah, awesome
really
omelets.
Awesome
Shout out to Jackie.
Jackie, thanks for the invite out there. I don't even know if I'm on camera.
One of the few places I haven't been blackballed from yet. Thank you, Jackie.
Well, you keep it up.
The mayoral run wasn't good for my music career in Somerville.
You think so?
No, it wasn't. I noticed... since I haven't seen some people since I noticed like there's certain people in town that were for Mr. Hearn that no longer like my Facebook post. Did
they have an unfriending party?
I
Did
don't
your
know.
friend can't go down at the mayoral race?
Yeah.
That's insane, man.
Yeah.
People are so crazy.
Awesome.
Well, I was kind of tough on the beeve.
Nobody's going to get that at all.
I'm hard on the beef.
Oh, man. All right. Well, thanks.
Is that a Trump reference?
No. I didn't grab anything.
He's grabbing the pussy.
Oh, can't end on that note.
We can't end
I guess
it.
on that note.
There's an impeachment going
There's an
on.
impeachment going on.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with pussy.
He thought it had to do with peaches. Grab some peaches.
All right. We are out of here, guys.
Yes. 2
That's
hours and
it.
8 minutes. Woo!
What a
Yeah.
wrap.
Talk to you soon, guys.